Welcome to another episode of Selective Ignorance with me, your girl, Mandii B, where I know just enough to be dangerous, but not enough to be depressed. This week, and This Is America, we're getting real tinfoil hat with it, okay? It's the end of the year, so we're lightening up the mood a bit, but we are tapping into the themes of Apple TV's new show, Pluribus, and asking, is sci-fi actually not that fictional anymore? Like, at this point, is it a genre or is it a soft launch for what the government got planned in real life? So robots, surveillance, social scoring system, babes, it's looking less Once Upon a Time and more give it 2 more election cycles, all right? Then in Celebrities Say the Darnest Things, including your girl, hi, hello, it's me, Mandii B. They tried to get me out of here by emailing me some tweets that I had out in 2011 and failed miserably because guess what? I'm doubling down. Not only do I refuse to get canceled and will I never get canceled, I am letting y'all know that, baby, in 2025, those tweets from 14 years ago still kind of apply. We need to do better. Meanwhile, Rory from Rory and Maul, Kayla Nicole, who everyone only knows as the ex of a football player, and Tyler, the Creator, have gotten kind of put in the hot seat over the last couple weeks with their tweets. But we are talking about what Black Twitter really was, what it meant, and if we could just forgive everybody for their tweets from 2011. Y'all, this is a fun episode leading into the week right before our year-end wrap-up that is taking place next week. So y'all make sure to tune into that. And then, of course, we have a cute little Christmas episode ending out the year. Also, listen, fuck your jobs. None of y'all are really working right now anyways.
That's a fact.
You know what I mean? Everybody is clocked the fuck out. So I thought that we would give you guys some entertaining conversations in your ear while you barely work. Yeah, what is it? Barely working, but what is the goddamn saying?
Are you working hard or hardly working?
Hardly working.
Oh, yes.
Working hard or hardly working.
Yes.
All of you nigglets are hardly working. Anyways, y'all know, per usual, I am joined by my super producers.
Gang.
I got Jayson Rodriguez. Y'all know journalism, Jayson. Here to bring y'all the facts, the stats, and all the things. And then we have OG podcast legend, A King, here to reel me in, really, if I'm getting too out of bounds. And then y'all welcoming yet again a voice that you guys will learn to get familiar with, who will be joining me at the top of next year as well. Really excited to welcome Jayson Lee. And we've already talked about it last week. Not that Jayson Lee, but the Jayson Lee.
Jayson Lee.
Sir Ja.
Sir
Ja.
That's crazy.
He's in the building, and I guess per usual, we're gonna start off with some conversations about how I've been kind of ignorant. Because baby, it is really crazy because I'm actually starting a list as we come into the studio, and I be having to like hold some for the following episode because I'm like, damn, a bitch be ignorant a lot. I be like, God damn. What is wrong with your girl? Everything, maybe. But this one, I actually am not the ignorant one here. I had to call out a friend who was ignorant. And I want to hear y'all's thoughts on if it has ever happened. And pretty much, per usual, I'm trying to educate men here on this one, okay? So anyways, a couple weeks ago, I went to a Prize Picks party. And Prize Picks, what's up? Throw the bag here. This is not a sports podcast, but we could do it here. I could get my little picks
bet on
on.
things. We can bet on
Listen,
things.
I could bet on which niggas look good to say, yeah, they gonna throw the ball real far. Like, what's up? You know what I mean?
It's not a sportscast, but you be talking about balls.
And do.
And do.
No. And do. No. The crazy part about it is when I'm out and I'm watching, it's so crazy. Me and my friends are the same type of bitches. So we'll be watching a game. We're not really watching the game.
Of course.
But a fine motherfucker will come across the screen because, them helmets don't come off very often, but when they do, and then they put the little name at the bottom of the screen, immediately you got to go find their Instagram. That's what I do.
Oh, okay.
And then 9 times out of 10, they fucking have white wives. But, and then I'm like, oh, not going to follow him. But if I go down enough rows and they ain't got no pictures of the wife, no pictures of the girlfriend, I'm hitting that follow button, hitting it like in a couple pictures. But yeah, anyways, Prize Picks, holla at your girl. So I go to this Prize Picks event. And it's really cool, really dope. I did not win the money that I thought I was going to win.
Damn.
Of course, I go into all gambling thinking, ooh, I got free money, I'm going to win big. And didn't. But had a good time, saw a lot of familiar faces, and it was cute. So I'm not gonna say the rapper's name because the rapper is in a relationship, but it was very, very platonic conversation.
A known relationship or a relationship?
No,
that
it's a
he
known
knows
relationship,
about?
which is the only reason why I'm not going to bring it up, because I don't want it to seem like it's something it's not.
Okay.
Anyways, I'm talking to this rapper because we had exchanged words at the BET Awards a couple years ago.
Exchange words.
No.
That.
Just so when I say exchange words, and now I'm probably even going to say, my mom is a big fan of this rapper.
Oh, okay.
Ironically.
Okay.
And so I FaceTime. I say, oh my God, my mom loves you so much. Like, do you mind if I FaceTime her?
Are they over 5? Oh, they're over 6 feet?
No, they're little.
Oh.
They're little, which is also a part of the story as well.
Oh, shit.
Which is crazy. So he's a shorty.
Can I
but,
guess?
But my mom
I
is a
could
fan.
guess.
Okay, you know what? Because I've already let it know how platonic it is, and I don't want him like that. Whatever. It's Tusi.
Oh, that was not my guess.
His
but okay.
favorite
Totally
song.
not my guess.
Okay,
I was thinking about who would her mom
Yeah,
be exposed
bro,
to.
can you believe my mom know?
Yo, shout
My
out to
mom-
Mama
wait.
Mandy.
Yo,
knows.
she
Bro,
on it.
my
Yeah,
white-ass
yeah,
mother
she
put
is
me on to Tusi.
plugged in.
Tell your
So-
mom to share the playlist.
Mind you,
right.
by the way,
Yeah.
this
We need her on the recap.
is a super like Atlanta reunion. So I
Yeah.
walk in with Travis Porter and K Camp. Those are the people I'm with. You know what I mean? I know them niggas forever. So anyways, I go here. Tusi's there. He's got security, but we catch each other's eye and don't talk. But then we finally talk, and he's like, "Hey, how you been?" Finally, it's like, okay. I was like, "Hey, what's up?" But yeah, he FaceTime my mom. So my
That's
mom's
dope.
forever grateful about that. He's one of like the sweetest guys, and I really do like his music because my mama put me on. So anyways, we're talking and we're just catching up, and I was like, "You don't live in Atlanta, right?" He's visiting for whatever he was visiting for. In the middle of our conversation, it's just me and him talking, but mind you, at the top of the stairs, mad people walking around, but it's me and him in conversation. My homie walks up in the middle of a conversation. Mind you, I see him from my eye, and I give him a little head nod. He walk up behind me and give me a hug from the back. While I'm talking, like
the Michael Rubin hug.
So,
The Michael
bruh, yes. If y'all don't know the Michael Rubin hug, look up the white parties. This nigga hugs everybody from the back. Pause. So,
2 arms wide.
No.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna say. Did he give you the two arms?
right,
He give you the,
right.
the
Very-
head
very
hug?
important, very
Or like,
important.
Bruh,
like
it don't matter. He like literally is walking behind me, and in the middle of my conversation, he hugs me from behind.
so he's entitled.
This is, you don't even know. Hold on. So let me tell you. So I'm like,
Did he stay there? How
But
long
no,
did he
no,
stay
no.
there?
Did his
he
crotch
hugged me,
touch
laughed,
your
and I
butt?
said,
yeah.
hey,
I was gonna say, did he lean into it? Was it
well,
like?
no. It wasn't the crotch hit the butt, but it was just
Okay.
like one of
I mean,
those, like,
He had the butt sticking out.
regardless,
trying to
avoid
I don't
the
know because I
contact.
couldn't see from the back. All I know is shortly after, all right, to see, like the
Ooh,
conversation
you already,
ends.
that
Because
conversation
I'm
is dead now.
I'm
Now
like,
you-
what the fuck?
yeah.
Like, but mind you, and we wasn't talking about nothing, just like what he got
Still.
going on, why he
Yeah,
was
where's
da,
the
da, da, da.
convo?
So I'm perturbed.
Of course.
Bitch, I'm upset. And not because I was trying to throw no pussy at this nigga or nothing like that.
Yeah.
But I'm just thinking, what if I was?
I was gonna say,
No,
but he
but-
don't
no,
know
no,
that.
no.
The
I
homeboy
don't
don't
know
know
that.
that.
He don't know
Let me
that.
reel you in a little bit. You are a professional radio
Bruh.
personality, podcaster,
Talking-
businesswoman. You could have been discussing whatever you feel
But
at liberty.
also, as a man and another man, whatever it is, you don't come and make it awkward or uncomfortable or do that shit.
Right.
Mind you, this is a whole me.
Now,
When
what
I
if
say-
that said person you was talking to might interpret that? Oh shit, that nigga,
Of
that's
course.
just man.
Of
Like,
course.
like,
Man, my
oh, let me
bad.
back up,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So anyways, we go to passing each other, going to the bathroom, and I let this nigga have it. And this my homie. I say, hey, come here. I said, don't you ever in your motherfucking life, mind you, he's not even a nigga that we even
He's not on that.
Embrace like that.
We don't
Yeah,
we don't
yeah.
even embrace like that. I said, nigga, don't you ever in your motherfucking life, while I'm talking to any other man, because it's really a man in particular.
Yeah.
While I'm engaging in conversation with another man, come up first off from behind, but also make your presence be known like that and interrupt an exchange that's happening between me and another nigga. Because first off, you don't know what the conversation was. You don't know who this nigga is to me, but you also don't know the conversation, and your presence interrupts that. And do you know what his first response was? But I know your type. I didn't think that was anything because he's short. Because Tusi is on the shorter side.
Man,
And so literally,
He
So
rewinded
because
audio.
this nigga-
He rewinded audio in his
I
head.
know, yeah. I mean, that's good on his part.
So I'm
but
like,
the other
wait.
part's
So
not.
because this nigga wasn't 6 foot, you felt entitled to come interrupt or make your presence be known in a conversation where it wasn't warranted. And so we literally had to have the whole conversation because he didn't see the problem with what he did. Apparently, he brought this scenario to multiple people, and they all said, "Nigga, you dead ass wrong." So
course.
I say this to say, for any
You
of
had a problem with it. That's it.
but not only that,
Yeah.
no.
That's
It
the
didn't-
first
it
layer.
didn't
need
Damn, my
further
bad.
explanation.
It won't happen
But
again.
no,
Yeah.
this
It's all
is
love.
this
Right.
is
Keep
one
it
of
pushing.
those universal things.
It is very
So,
universal.
Men listening, if a woman that you know is engaging into a conversation with another man, regardless of what their relationship is, you making your presence be known by coming and embracing her in that moment is dead ass ignorant as fuck, and it's wrong. Like, because again, men see that as a territorial thing, as if he's doing something wrong even though he wasn't. Bro, we were having a fucking conversation. Mind you, wanting him to come on the radio, like, nigga, what are you in Atlanta for? How long? Because I'd love to get you on my shit. And then he come over and embrace me, and now this nigga feels like, oop, I done crossed the boundary. I shouldn't be talking to her.
Let me back off.
Let me back off. And so I had to tell him that, but I was like, how do you not know this? So I did want to make this announcement to any nigga who is like, wait, what's the problem? Bro, if a woman is engaging in conversation with any man, it don't matter if that's her coworker. It don't matter if it's just a stranger. It don't matter if it's a colleague. Do not.
Or some nigga you think she don't like.
Or a nigga that you don't think she like because you don't think that's her type.
Yeah.
Do not come over and insert yourself into the
Michael Rubin is that's like that's crazy.
Well,
If you do a Michael Rubin from the back and you see
From
somebody
the-
like you have to like stick and stay. You have to be like, oh, this is my people.
No.
You have to join the conversation.
No.
That's
No.
aggressive.
Yeah.
No. That's even worse. That's
I
even
don't
worse.
know.
You don't sit here and
Michael
embrace me
Rubin
from the back.
drive-by
No.
is crazy.
You don't embrace me from the back and then stay into a conversation that you're not a part of.
Well, first of all, I'll say
I'm saying, if you have the audacity to do a Michael Rubin, you got to plant yourself.
it's just and it's
You
just
can't
and
just-
stand
No,
up.
it
but
and just
even
go.
worse.
Yeah.
Again, that means you are putting your scent on
No, but-
into
but-
a
yeah.
le-
Yeah.
unless you are my nigga, and unless you are on some like insecure ass shit, and we are together, and I am in a room speaking to someone that might intimidate you, make you feel uncomfortable, or you feel like you have to include yourself, cool. But if you are just a friend if you are just a male counterpart, you don't insert yourself into a space between a woman and another man.
Yeah.
Because
Well, it's a violation on multiple fronts, right?
Oh, thank you. All the violations. Let's skip.
The first is like you yourself as the person being accosted by this hug, like
It is. It's
and it's like you know what I'm saying. So like, hey, that's the first thing that stands like paramount. But then the other part of it that you spoke to is like, we men, we're in social situations, like we understand how things go, and like whether your ego can deal with it or not, like being in a room with a lot of other men, there's rich niggas, there's powerful niggas, there's niggas who might be on your quote unquote level. There might be all kind of situations going on. You don't want to be the weird guy.
Facts.
Bruh.
Also, I know a lot of women. I'm friends with a lot of women. I really can't name you a single woman. And these are women who, to your point, some women you don't even embrace like that.
Right.
Whatever. But all the women that I know that I hug, I can't really name you one of them that I would hug from the back.
unless you ate my ass, you
Yeah, that's what I'm
cannot
saying.
hug me
Yeah,
from the back.
Like there's just some shit
Like,
like
you
that.
can't
that's
hug
one
a
thing.
bitch from the back unless you fucked.
Yeah,
Like
that's
there's
not...
even an etiquette of hugs, which is why both of y'all asked, was it both hands? Was it one hand? Was it the church hug? Was his ass?
Well, I
fucked
just wanted
out?
to know. 'Cause
I
I'm
want to know
picture.
how egregious this
But-
shit
Yeah,
was.
yeah.
Like, you
Yeah.
know.
It was from the back, which made it egregious nonetheless. It
That's
could have been
it.
one
Right there,
bruh,
yeah.
And then
from
also,
the back,
what if you was talking to dude? I mean, whoever the subject
my
is.
point. And who are you
I
to
don't have
determine?
emotional intelligence. Like I don't have it.
Who are you
So
to
that's
also?
my lady and some nigga.
Oh, well, I mean, if it's your lady, that's a whole...
No, I'm just saying that in the moment we're talking and here come.
Who are you to
Some
also
hoes
determine
over.
who's my
Yeah.
who's my
Some-
type or not?
Yeah.
Like yes, everyone
That
knows
don't
I
give
like
you
them
the
6 foot
license.
plus.
Yeah.
But that don't give you the
But
license to do that.
But that don't
No,
give me.
relax.
I was so like
How old is this nigga?
in his 30s. He know better.
Yeah, that's just...
That's why like
And
last
if
week
he-
back then.
and
Hold
if
on,
he
hold on.
And if he asks other people, that just
Bruh,
shows that he's
He
not.
didn't
Yeah,
know,
like, why-
There's nothing to ask,
but
bro.
referencing last week,
Yeah.
These niggas be knowing better. They just don't choose to do better.
They just
ignore and don't give a fuck. And when I tell you, I ain't never talked to this nigga like that because he a cool ass nigga.
Mm-hmm.
I said, don't you ever in your motherfucking life. You see how many curse words I'm using? I was so upset.
Of course.
Okay.
You know, too.
You should.
He was probably. How long have you known him?
I actually met him this year.
Oh,
I met him being out in Atlanta.
So here's what that is, right?
What is that?
Here's what that is.
Flag on the play. That's it.
That is him taking an opportunity.
Suck my dick
what he
from
thought
the back.
what he thought was an opportunity to be like, oh, Mandii.
And then he
He's testing the waters.
Yeah.
And he probably thought her response was gonna be warm. Like, hey,
would dictate.
She thought she was gonna lean back into it.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. Like that was him. That was a passive aggressive. Like, all right, now, if she lean her ass back into me,
she like me.
Maybe I got a shot. Like, niggas,
is he over 6 foot?
He might be right at 6 foot.
Cause nniggas fish. And niggas fish in various ways. Sometimes I can fish by saying a compliment. Sometimes I can fish by doing a chore, a task.
Don't fish physically.
Like,
how about that?
Yeah, you should.
Ain't no fishing physically.
That nigga was fishing though. He was definitely fishing.
Because
personal space.
You know what I mean? Difference between flirting and sexual assault. Like we talked about with Jay Dirty. Like you feel me?
But like, think about it. Like even if this is a person that you regularly embrace, what if you didn't want to be touched right now? Like you don't.
I did it,
and I can't see.
I'm in conversation.
I'm in conversation, so you just take it upon yourself to put that. You can't do that, bro.
Mind you, I'm in a room and I'm looking around and I love it. There's no bodies. I have no bodies in this room. There's not one nigga in this room that I fucked. So immediately, who got the nerve to hug me from the back?
Yeah, who is this? Right.
Ain't none of these niggas. None of my.
When you realize, you said, this nigga.
I had his read coming. Mind you, none of them are in my Rolodex in this whole room, right?
Right.
So I'm just like, who the, why are you laughing? You caught it late?
I had to.
My Rolodex.
Yeah.
My Rolodex, you feel me? So,
that's a t-shirt.
You know, my Rolodex. But yeah, I was like, the nerve.
The audacity.
The audacity. Because listen, if it's one thing a man gonna have, he could, no money, no job, little dick, whatever. He ain't got much, but he gonna have the audacity.
Pocket full of audacity.
Oh my God. Anyways, I'm glad to know that y'all are mature enough to know that you don't just hug bitches from the back.
That's a standard, like
in conversation, in the presence of another man.
And to be honest with you, like I never had to be told that. Like that's not a thing that's not really a lesson that you. I never had to learn that lesson.
Listen here, Jai. I want to sit you down and tell you about something.
I'm gonna tell you about something about what you can't do now, son. Like no one had to tell me that shit.
Right.
You just know.
If you have some level of social intelligence, of emotional intelligence, you just know. Okay, this is gonna.
You know what?
To
be fair, and I will say it, and this is gonna sound ignorant, stupid, probably gonna make y'all a little mad. I don't care. Everyone's still not diagnosed yet. So social cues
are lost on some people.
Like we talk about what is it? Everybody, like common sense ain't so common. Social cues, and we could blame the pandemic a little bit because people had to be inside for some time.
Maybe.
But also they weren't inside in Atlanta, so social cues should be better here than anywhere else. Okay, y'all niggas didn't have a lockdown.
Social cues.
You know what I mean?
There.
Social cues should be.
For the record, as the longest standing Atlanta resident in this room, my ass was inside. I don't know nothing about what these niggas were doing. These hookah bars.
Nigga,
fuck
they was
that
blowing
shit. I seen all the videos on Edgewood. Y'all niggas acting up.
COVID was saying hi to everybody.
Yeah.
But yeah, to me, social cues and etiquette
that's an easy thing.
You know, it's funny. Like if you introduce me to a friend of yours, right? The first thing I'm gonna do is reach my hand out.
Right.
9 times out of 10, they say no. I give hugs.
I give hugs.
They only say that because of, I believe because of how I present it. Because they like, no, that's respectful, right? They say, no, come give hugs, right? That should be it.
Yeah.
And then he should have, honestly, I would have, if I'm him, I would have played off to the side, wait till you finish talking. Like, yo, Mandy, what up?
You know what's crazy about that?
And then it would have been a front-facing greeting instead of that, whatever you're trying to do.
Even you saying that, though, I only extend hugs to women. If I'm meeting a man,
you're going to handshake.
They're getting a handshake.
Yeah.
Like, I don't, like, even if I'm being introduced, I don't embrace men. I embrace women to let their guard down, know, like, girl, I'm friendly, bitch.
Yeah, we cool. Like,
but men, I never embrace with a hug upon introduction.
Yeah,
ever.
Most 9 times out of 10, I meet a woman, extend your hand, you get a shake. if from that shake and then y'all have a good conversation, or y'all are kicking it amongst a group of people and y'all have gotten to like warm up to one another, most times then you get the hug
after departure. Upon departure.
We've understood. We've broken the ice.
That's crazy.
Yo, the way she be weaving through Florida, Bronx,
What
Jamaica.
I do?
But that is a 2-part violation though, because the first
100%.
violation is he shouldn't have even came up in the first
in
place.
the middle of my.
He should have saw you, got excited. Oh, I'm gonna
And be like, oh, cool. As soon
I
as she
respect.
done with that, like, I'm gonna go say what's up to her, or whatever. So that's the first thing.
Yeah.
But the second part is, you definitely like, you can't just.
Yeah, that shit pissed me off. Anyway, shout out to
that shit's
Tusi.
Yeah.
And him being my mom's favorite rapper.
Crazy.
I guess I'll ask the room before we dive in. Did any of y'all do anything ignorant over the last week or so?
I live a good, clean life.
Oh, shit.
And nigga Jay said, I'm a family
Jayson
man.
saying, I'm the least ignorant of the bunch. No? Did y'all do anything ignorant? Or that y'all feel like could be perceived as ignorant?
Ignorance is in the eye of the beholder.
Child, please. Child, please. No?
I don't think so. I mean, I feel like all the ignorant shit that I do is like talking about people like while I'm driving, while I'm like.
You're racist. Okay.
Yeah, I'm driving. Yeah.
Okay,
The
let's
good
talk
old
about
fashioned.
The good old fashioned way.
Let's talk about who you cursed out and what your thoughts are on certain drivers.
Well, no, it's
Ooh.
okay. So okay. So here's a story
Here
I
we go.
tell, and this
Yeah.
isn't even my ignorance, but this is like a very ignorant thing that I saw in real time. That I was like, damn, that really happened.
Okay.
So I've only been arrested one time in my life.
Oh, okay.
All right,
You beat
and
me.
Game is the game.
Actually, wait, no, we're equal. I forgot the nail salon.
Well,
Never mind.
technically, I got arrested twice in 48 hours, but it's for the same
Jesus.
reason.
Okay.
Same package.
Same.
Story we'll
They
hear
can't count
later.
that. That's like you get some head. That shit don't count. So
That's another.
All right.
So
As a body, or
yeah, that's not a body.
No, head counts as a body.
That's not a body. A body is a body.
Oral
A body's
sex
a
is
body.
sex. We're not doing that.
No, oral sex is sex, but that's not a body.
If you walk into the room and a nigga could say her mouth has been around my fucking dick to anybody, that means
That's not.
y'all
Yeah,
fucked.
that's not a tabulation.
But if you ask somebody count your bodies, you're not counting like
Right.
You're not adding that into the list. You're adding the niggas who. Anyway, we're getting off
Yeah,
subject.
okay. Yeah, this ain't decisions.
This ain't decisions. This is right. Yeah. You gotta invite me to another pod.
Yeah,
and we'll
gotcha,
have that talk. But so I get arrested. We're on our way to the jail. We get to a red light. Downtown Atlanta, there's a bunch of one-way streets. Everything is one way.
Everything's one way.
We get to the red light. We see headlights coming toward us. Cop is looking at we're all had the same thought at the same time. Like, why are they coming at us?
Because it's a one way.
It's a one-way street. Cop taps his partner and says, I bet you $20 they Asian.
Yo.
Wow.
And I'm in the back of the car like,
You should have started negotiating
Wait,
right there.
Yeah.
Come let me go, partner.
Wait. What
I
color?
bet my bail the Asian. No.
What color are the cops?
White cops.
Okay.
2 white cops. I bet you $20 they Asian. Bet. Pew! Pull up on them. Car full of like 6 Asian folks in the car. I
Maybe they
said,
were
"Ain't
Mexican."
this about a
But
bitch?"
Asians don't
we
roll
do
that deep.
We do that though.
What's that?
We could call it out.
When you know, yeah.
We do what?
We call out, like we could
Call out who's
determine
in that,
who's
Yeah, I think
who's committing the offense based on their nationality.
based on what's going
Yeah,
on.
I would say I'm
do-
even
we
good
do
at
that
it.
a
Good
lot.
at it.
Yeah.
Right.
Special talent I have.
Yeah,
Right.
like,
No.
yeah,
We
yeah.
literally do that a lot.
Yeah.
All the time.
And I have a bit of a problem with it. Y'all know the fucking video I sent y'all this week. You know the one in the chat. So that I came across the
Oh,
video.
yeah.
I came across the video and it pissed me off because I think it's what we were talking about it with, and we'll get into the tweets later. But in terms of how we are also racist against other, and we can't be racist, but we are prejudiced.
Ethnicities.
Bias
Bias
towards other ethnicities. Bro, why do we be shocked when they do it to us? And this is gonna sound okay.
I
So
see
here
what
we
you're
are. So
saying.
there's a
Right.
clip that I saw, and it is.
I got
Can we just? Well, yeah, we.
But
can
we
play
do that
it. We
amongst
can
our
play
own too. Like that gotta be a nigga. That's a straight nigga.
But here,
it.
you know what? I'll draw a very thin line, right? The shit that we be biased about toward most people don't be crimes.
No.
We be biased.
valid.
We be biased toward
I want
behaviors.
I want you to watch this.
Okay,
Watch
let me
this
see, let me
video.
see, let me see.
Oh, he about to cook.
Do you speak English?
Oh shit.
Are you
Oh
Mexican?
shit.
Yeah, I'm Mexican. good. Can you tell me the difference between Valentino and Tapatio?
Honestly, they kind of both taste the same. One's made here in the United States, one's made in Mexico. I mean, basically, they taste the same, honestly.
Oh, okay, cool. Thank you.
Excuse me. Are you black, right?
Yo.
And look, she gets offended. And then she gets offended.
Come on now.
See what I mean? Bruh.
But he pulled out that
No,
he
it
went
don't
Super
matter. It
Saiyan
don't
on
matter,
them
bro.
though.
Yeah.
You literally, hey, you speak Spanish. You first off, the question, do you speak English is crazy. And then you Mexican, right? And then it's hot sauces of two different, bro, to me, and she just asked it so, again, selective ignorance. So you can walk up to a Mexican, ask them if they even speak English first, then ask them about these two hot sauces and be like, okay, thank you. But if someone else walks up to you and asks what you perceive to be a racist thing because they're asking, but they're knowing that you should be knowledgeable because you're black, how the fuck you mad at that?
But he ain't asked her.
Bro,
He
it doesn't
actually-
matter. By the way,
I didn't see what he asked.
Hold on, hold on,
I didn't see
hold
what
on,
he
hold on.
asked.
By the way,
seeded watermelon. He just said, "Wow."
By the way, if y'all are listening audio only, when he asked, hey, you're black, right? He's holding a Jiffy box of cornbread and a watermelon.
Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. That's
But
where
to be
it's like,
fair, would black people not have the most knowledge around cornbread and watermelon?
Yeah,
He
gave great knowledge.
he put on
He was able
kinda the
to
same,
explain the
but like,
difference
yeah.
between the
She went through
topatica
the
and the
same exact
valentina.
thing.
Fair enough.
If I go to a black person, I'm going. What other race can make cornbread? What other race is associated with watermelon? So if he had a question about cornbread or watermelon, what makes it racist that he went up to? You're black, right?
I think if she had pulled out some avocados and then it would have been equal. He said, "Yo, I'm gonna knock all of this out."
Yeah,
Well,
real quick.
well,
got the
well,
Jiffy and I got the
stereotypical,
watermelon.
Well, let's be fair.
Like,
Let's be fair.
Everybody eat the hot sauce. Like,
this
you
was-
niggas.
Now it was a skit,
Of course,
But
of
to
course.
me-
But I love that. I
But-
love that skit. I
but
love
to
that,
me,
by the
in
way.
terms of like how we want people to treat us, we somehow get a pass to be completely ignorant, not selectively. We believe we get the pass to be completely ignorant with every other race in our biases and their stereotypes. But heaven forbid someone else of another race has the stereotype about us. And so like it's one of those like do unto others as you like done unto yourself. I don't understand why we get the pass to be just completely ignorant to all other
I don't think we
ethnicities
like that.
and
Though. I
backgrounds.
don't think I would ask a Mexican if they would do different hot sauce.
Bullshit. Bullshit.
I
You just said, but an avocado. I'm walking up to a
No, I'm just
Mexican.
talking about as it relates to the watermelon, like you know, like that was.
What is the one of one? Well, you know, I'm thinking about it now. My selective ignorance came out on CNN one time. Now that I'm thinking about it.
Wait, you was ignorant on CNN as a
I
black
was-
representing us? You were ignorant?
I was ignorant as shit.
What'd you do?
And I could have. There was a way to me to avoid this ignorance, but I didn't think about it until after the fact, right?
What,
So
was your ignorance caught by everyone?
no. It
Okay.
was only caught by one person.
Oh, God.
It was caught by so we were on there talking about Bad Bunny in the Super Bowl.
Baboni.
Baboni. Shout out to Benito. So,
Which, by the way, shout out to also his change in aesthetics. I didn't know that Bad Bunny was Bad Bunny who he is now because he's fine. But when he came out, he looked real uptown
Washington Heights.
Washington Heights.
He
That nigga get a
he's like
rebrand. He's a sex symbol now.
Marina.
I was like, this the same nigga?
same Bad Bunny.
Baboni.
So we talking about him on the Super Bowl, and they came to me on the panel, and I was like, you know, all these MAGA people are mad if he's gonna be not speaking English and whoop. And I was like, yo, I hope none of these people get access to tacos or guacamole or none of that shit. Like, fuck them all. If you can't support this man,
Mixed up the metaphor right
Yeah,
there.
and you put that you said
You meant to say them
wait,
rice and beans.
that was
So-
ignorant?
right. Did he say
Because-
rice and beans
so-
or
He's
not
plantanos?
Mexican.
So I posted the clip on my Instagram. And I didn't think nothing of it. And he wasn't tight because we know each other, but it was still funny when he said it. I was like, oh shit, he's right. I could have said a different food. So shout out
You
to
could have said pernil.
I could have said pernil.
Yeah,
I could have
platanos,
said
mofongo.
Yeah,
Yeah,
mofongo. I
because to be
could've said all
fair,
kinda shit.
Chicharron.
tacos, Mexican all the way.
Yeah, 100%.
Not Puerto Rican, but you
not even a little bit.
That was ignorant of you.
So,
Oh.
so Rook of Justice League, shout out Justice League. Rook hit me in the comment. He was like, "Bro, we're Puerto Ricans. Like, we don't eat that shit." And I was like,
and
"You know what?
I work.
And-
Puerto
and-
Rican. I didn't even know that.
And it would be him to point that out too.
Yeah, it even to him to point that out of all people.
Nah,
Be like,
because to be very fair, if Jayson decides to make
With my big old
tacos
flag
with
right
his
there.
family,
Yeah.
he gonna be real American and say Taco Tuesday. We doing taco night.
Tuesday,
Like
yeah,
it's
yeah,
not
yeah,
a thing that
It's
I'm
not a
sure
thing.
him and his wife just make.
Right.
Like
Right.
it's given. They buy the Taco Bell box with all the seasonings. You know what I mean? Like they're
family
not.
box.
They're not
Boom.
making
Right.
homemade corn tortillas.
Right.
They say you want hard shell or soft shell. We getting it from the
this how it's going down. But when he said that shit, I was like, damn, I could have said a million different foods.
But that was your ignorance.
But that was my ignorance. I was just like,
Very ignorant.
Spanish people.
Very
Like that was
ignorant.
that
There
was
you
the
go. You put a
Spanish
big
people.
up
Like
on
that
it.
was the ignorant
Damn.
part. All right, that was it. And I thought
Damn.
about it. I was like, damn, that was ignorant.
That was like me saying, well,
Came
no,
up short.
I
Came up short.
Came up real short
It
on
makes
that
more
one.
sense when I call them the Españols because they do all speak Spanish at least. That's a common thing. No, all right.
Double down. Don't take it back.
Some of them,
I would say it's
maybe,
better.
like,
Yeah.
Listen, I didn't get too many people mad from last week, so Españols. That's what I'm going into 2026
Español.
calling.
No, everybody
Because then
else.
you know what? It also includes the Spaniards. Okay, those
the
over there in
Euros.
Europe,
The Euro Spain.
the Euro Spaniards.
yeah, but the Spaniards are like,
colonizers.
yeah, I was gonna say the Spaniards are white people.
Yeah,
You-
the Spaniards.
Damn.
They are.
Okay.
Shout out
That's
to the
true.
Spaniards, but
That-
y'all are the white people. Y'all are the white people.
Historically accurate.
Historically,
Yeah,
you're
y'all
right.
are
They are
white
the
people.
colonizers.
So,
They are the
like,
colonizers.
Facts.
And if y'all haven't
Cristobal
heard us,
Colombo.
if y'all haven't heard
Yeah.
us talk about the colonizers yet, please go back to our Thanksgiving Day episode because we give y'all all the history on the Americas. Anyways, we're gonna put on our tinfoil hats for This Is America because I think we're all a little fed up and tired of talking about the orange Cheeto in the office. And as we round out the year, I want to give y'all some good television to watch because, again, y'all aren't working hard. You're hardly working. So this is normally the time of year where, yeah, you got to spend time around family, but you get to, like, wind down and watch TV. And me and Ja, luckily, we made y'all get into the show. But if you haven't yet, and spoiler alert, but not so much, we are talking about the Apple TV news show Pluribus, brought to you by the team that made Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul. You know what's crazy about that either? My sister does. My sister has seizures, so that shit was like.
See, I knew that was coming.
See,
I knew that was coming.
You can't just
Well,
do that.
I knew that was
That is
coming.
problematic and ignorant.
Well,
of what-
it's
what
the
they do on the
movie.
show.
It's what they do on the
It's the
show.
show.
Y'all,
That's what they do
I
on the
would
show.
never
for
make
those
fun
of y'all enjoying this as a listening experience,
That's you gonna describe
you
it.
know, my sister
These
was
niggas are
shaking.
playing
When the main character gets upset,
decided to just start
triggers.
shaking.
She pissed me off.
These
Okay.
niggas are playing
Yeah.
games with Tourette's. Like,
So-
no, nigga, that's
yeah,
not
that's
what
what it's
happened.
given. You're
That's
making
not what
fun of
fucking-
all
That's not
people
what
with
happened.
seizures.
That's not what happened, nigga.
I'm gonna give you guys a brief synopsis, but for what I wanted to do with this was kind of dig into the themes to talk about where we stand on certain things such as AI, the idea of world peace, agency as a human, and what humanity even means. But the show follows Carol Sturks, who is a successful fantasy romance author. But it's really dope because she leaned into heterosexual romance as a lesbian. So yes, if you are a Christian and you fucking hate the gays, this might not be for you. But she survives an alien virus outbreak, which kind of looks a lot like the coronavirus, y'all. It impacts the entire world. Now, for whatever reason, y'all know, just like normally in most sci-fi films, there's people that outlive shit or are the cure for all things. When this takes place, there are 11 people total in the world who do not get infected with this virus. Now, the show pretty much follows Carol, who is one of the 11 who are not affected, and she has a huge issue with what's going on. The tagline for the show is "The most miserable person on earth must save the world from happiness."
And
now,
I want to add this part.
add to it.
So the virus isn't a virus like The Last of Us or The Walking
Yeah,
Dead.
it's not
We're
turning
talking
them
about
into zombies.
Yeah.
Essentially, this virus
Kind of zombies.
Kind of zombies, but
Yeah.
it's a social virus that essentially
Reprograms your brain.
When you catch this virus, you get a choice of either joining the hive mind, joining all of society, kind of. Or,
I don't think they get a choice.
Well, you don't get The only reason I say they do get a choice is because the woman, without going too far into it ahead of time, the woman said when Helen passed, she said Helen joined us before she passed.
Right.
Oh.
Yeah, she did say that.
So like you catch it, and they haven't explained this yet, but the way I'm taking it based off what they showed us is that as you are dying, quote unquote dying,
You get an option.
you get an option of either you're going to be part of this collective state of everyone, or you're going to die off as an individual.
Okay.
You don't get to be both.
Which is interesting because I mean we've talked about zombies on here and I was like, bitch, I ain't outrunning them. But this is this is essentially different, right?
It's a very different take on.
It's a very different take on an apocalypse, essentially. And so there's so many themes that are brought about by this, and I'm not sure where we want to take it first, Jayson. I know that we had some questions. Do we want to just start with whether if you had the option? And mind you, let me tell you essentially what is being proposed here. It is a state of pure happiness and content. So you're not sad. You don't really have feelings. Whatever you want to do, essentially, is all for the betterment of society.
Yes.
And everything is good. There's nothing bad. There's no crimes anymore. No one has an ill thought to do something wrong.
Right.
Right? Did I get
no,
that?
that's essentially it. Yeah. It's a net positive society.
Yes. There we go. So let's start there.
An exchange
Would you
Right.
for losing.
For losing yourself.
Your
individuality.
identity.
Correct.
your identity, your individuality, what makes you different? Because essentially everyone is the same now.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone has the same goal. Everyone just lives happy. There's no one cries. No one's mad. No one's angry.
No stealing,
Everyone
no
just
robbing, no killing.
You just want to help.
Yes.
Literally to the
Yeah.
point where, let me tell you this, they don't even believe in killing. So much so to where you can't fish, you can't step on an ant.
Yeah, they want everybody to be
Nothing is done
vegetarians.
intentionally that would cause harm to anything.
All life has value, and the value of that life supersedes everything else.
Yes. Now, with this, would you guys decide to connect to the hive mind, where your thoughts and feelings are transparent and aligned with everyone, or would you not want to do that and filter out?
Sign me up.
Sign you up to be happy.
Interesting.
We're rolling. Because from my standpoint, the way I look at it is that in this individualistic life that we live, we're all trying to chase that.
Happiness.
We're trying to achieve peace. We're trying to achieve happiness in ourselves individually. And hopefully if everyone has that same goal, everyone can move in that kind of way.
I think that's my problem.
I think that...
with what you just said, though.
That's fair.
Everyone doesn't... What makes people happy are not the same.
Well,
happiness is not subjective. Well, happiness is subjective.
Happiness is subjective based on the fact that we have choices and we can make individual choices.
Right.
If that idea of making individual choices is removed, then there is nothing else but happiness. Like the philosophy of like life is suffering. I don't know if that's Plato, Socrates. I don't know. One of them niggas said that shit. But like life is suffering, right? Like we all endure things, and we're all working through our lives, through our professional and our personal relationships, and what we decide to spend our time on to find a place that gives us peace, that actually gives us the happiness that we want. And we're pretty much suffering outside of those things.
It's interesting because even in terms of how you consider suffering, right? Like, mind you, grieving is something that we know we're all going to deal with. But to me, happiness a lot of times comes from achieving the things that were hard.
That were hard to do.
Were hard to do, right? So completing college, one of my most prideful moments, even though now not so much because student debt, but Sally Mae can suck my dick from the back. The idea that I completed it, though it was hard, is what brought me happiness.
Would you miss that though? Would you miss the hard?
The process.
Hey yo.
Would I miss it?
Hey yo.
Who's that?
Back on decisions.
I actually would miss the hard. I don't want to gummy.
They were fucking.
But like, would you miss suffering? I guess that's
no,
my
no.
point. I wouldn't miss suffering. If I was just given happiness, I wouldn't be like, damn, I wish it could be fucked up so that I could be happy. Like,
But that's how you know what happy is.
Right? I think
Through
that's
the contrast of it.
there's
You know what I mean? Like-
to
But
me,
if you- but
contrast-
And it's controlled happiness.
but we only know that from our perspective because we have choices to make.
okay.
The only reason that there is the suffering because we can make individual decisions, and you make that decision. It might go left, it might go right.
Now let me ask you the other question. There was 11 people.
Mm-hmm.
Would you want to exist as yourself now in a world where everyone else has this virus?
So the Diabate character,
Yes.
so
Oh, me.
Oh yeah,
He's me
he's
all
a
day.
1000%. Yo, when that
guy?
There's
Yeah,
11
yeah.
people.
Oh yeah, he was out
When
here.
the
He's
nigga-
doing a lot.
first off,
He's not
When they
Indian?
pull it up,
He's-
no, I think
What
he's
is he?
He's but you're just calling him Indian because
Oh,
of
you
his
know what?
look?
I'm thinking about. No, I'm putting him related to the mother and the son who was at that
Yeah,
dinner
yeah,
table.
yeah,
They're
yeah,
Indian.
yeah.
This man is just from.
He speaks
some-
French.
I think
He
he's
speaks
French.
French. He could be like
That's how I'm
Cameroon.
taking it.
French,
Yeah,
right.
it might
Right.
be. Yeah,
He's
Cameroon.
French.
When the nigga pulled up in Air Force One, I was
Right.
like, oh, this.
He got it.
Hold on,
He
hold
got
on,
it.
hold on,
He got
hold on,
it,
with
bro.
hoes.
With hoes, I was like, oh, he got it. That's
I think that was an interesting part. So y'all, maybe episode 2 or 3. There's episode 2.
That's
so,
the one that really sets this thing. Episode 1 sets you up for the premise of what's going
Yes.
on. Episode 2 lets you know.
gives you the deep dive to where this is happening
Insight.
because a lot of the other people that she's able to meet, she wants to meet with the ones that speak English, and very American of her, by the way.
Very.
But
We're gonna talk about
she
that part
reminded
too,
me.
real quick.
She reminded me of, like, yeah, only because just so y'all know, I'm going to Curacao for Christmas, and the most I'm bringing up another ignorant thought of mine. I love Aruba so much because the first language is English. Same for Curacao. It's a neighbor. I personally hate traveling internationally where niggas speak another language first, because then there's like accents. I gotta decipher shit, and I'm like, oh, where do they speak English? That's where I want to go. I want to go enjoy another country,
Yeah,
but
I
I
don't
want
think
them
that's
to speak
ignorant.
English.
It's your convenience with your
It's
money.
very American.
Yeah.
It's very
It's
American.
very
It's
American.
American
Yeah,
shit.
yeah,
Very
yeah. Now,
American.
one could argue that ignorance in American is, but
Yeah,
but
they're
for all
fighting-
intents
they're
and
fighting
purposes,
for
yeah.
recognition.
For
Yeah.
all intents and purposes, yes.
So she sits with these people, and essentially she feels like there is a problem with what society is looking like now. She's like, oh my God, it's up to us to save the world. And they're looking at her like,
Nope.
I'm good.
Mm-hmm.
I'm
But
good.
granted, but they still have loved ones around. She doesn't
They
have
do
a loved
still
one.
have loved ones around. She is
Yeah.
by herself.
Yeah, she's
Um,
sort of like in like a purgatory.
But the
kinda
French
like
guy
situation.
comes in, and he's viewing this from a lens that takes advantage to me of what happiness looks like, because he's leaning in more so individualistic, because whatever he wants, he's asking for, because that's another part of the virus.
Yes.
These people don't say no. They give you what you want. And so he has a harem of whores. He flew in on the Air Force One jet.
They got the nuclear football.
Bruh.
Wow.
Like,
I was like, yo, what are you doing, fam?
Yeah.
Like,
Are they benefiting? Is he benefiting? They told Carol that they're still trying to figure out how to
fix them.
get them
Yeah.
To
to
turn
where they
it.
can make
Yeah.
that decision. So does he?
And it's like clear this. They're trying to figure out how she can get infected with the virus.
With the
Yeah.
virus,
They want her
correct.
to be. Yes.
Right. So that would apply to the other.
To
10
the
as
other
well.
guys.
They're all trying to figure out
So
how to get all of
that
them.
enjoyment that he's experiencing right now might be a
Temporary.
dub further down the line in the series.
It was crazy because also in that same scene where he clearly wants to have sex with the girl.
Yeah.
Well,
And-
Sosha.
And so for me as a woman, it was really interesting to tap into the idea that a woman couldn't say no.
Yeah, that scene,
That-
the
He
consent
actually
part
said-
of
The
that scene
consent
is
part
it was
of
very
that
creepy.
was very
He was like,
creepy.
did you feel like whatever he asked her? He asked, what's her name?
Zosha.
Zosha. Did you feel like
I was
she
untoward?
was
Did I
like-
do something to make you uncomfortable?
And she said no.
Yeah, she said no.
And she
No.
literally-
She didn't say no. She said affection is always welcome.
Yeah.
Welcome.
Yes.
Yeah, it was.
Wow.
I was
Yeah,
like, oh,
and I think
shit.
that as a society where women have now the right to say no, seeing that as something that they brought into the script was really interesting,
Yeah.
because it removes the choice from women all over. Like that's essentially what
Yeah.
the virus
They
did.
did a good job of making it murky though, because like the man figured out her name and the woman didn't figure out the other woman's name.
had no clue.
Right. Yeah, so it's like it made it murky where it's like he put in like I don't want to say
He
put
at
in
least
work,
got
but
to
like,
know who she was.
Yeah, he made an attempt at connection, whereas like the other woman didn't.
Correct. Yeah, he was investing in them as people.
She didn't see them. She didn't see them as
She
people.
didn't see them as people.
She
She
didn't
said
see
you
them.
all are freaks and weirdos.
She doesn't see them
and
as
she doesn't see them
people.
as people at all.
Well, because she sees them kind of like how we've perceived zombies to be. Zombies are not people, right?
Right.
And so it was really interesting because these people are operating just in a different way of which we view society. I will say, as you watch this, you have so many themes. So there's the themes of autonomy, what makes you human. But one of my favorite scenes reminded me of where we're going with technology and AI. She goes into Sprouts and it's completely empty. And she calls the people, because you can call them. And she's like, yo, I just want to grocery shop. And literally she's like, well, whatever you want, we can deliver it straight to your house. So it reminds me of this era that we're going to with Amazon right now, but also with me. I get anxiety about going to the grocery store. I don't want to go to a grocery store. I like all of my, whatever I want being delivered straight to my door. I love it. And you see her almost break down where apparently going to a grocery store and walking down the aisles is a part of humanity, is a luxury, is a part of, again, maybe remember when we talked about what things we would miss if the world changed. She almost broke down, was like, no, all I want to do is walk down the aisles and buy my groceries. And it was really interesting to consider that as a luxury of humanity and just being human, because so many of our things are being automated. AI is coming in, taking over. And I do say what's crazy is where I love all of my groceries to be delivered to my door. One of the things I hate the most is sitting down at a restaurant and having to order my meal through a fucking iPad. And then I still got to tip a bitch. No one talked to me.
Oh, you gotta scan the QR code and do the
I'm
same
scanning,
thing.
I'm swiping, I'm adding
Select
what's being taken off. It's completely removing the interaction, but then at the end, it's still asking for a tip. Who am I tipping? The shit just came out. Like, there was no interaction for what I wanted my order to be in the exchange of a person.
Well, that scene in particular, and there's a lot of stuff I know we don't have like forever to talk about.
We can talk because I like these. I like all dissecting.
And to me, that's what makes this show interesting. And so, like, if you're like if you're one of these niggas who like. If you're like a Drake fan who doesn't like to
Here we go.
if you're one of these niggas on podcast mics that talk about like, I don't want to think about no song. I don't want to like this probably is not for you.
Okay.
Because this show is like there's a lot.
It makes you think
sociological and think in a way that not just the plot of it. Yeah, there's a mystery of like what's going on, but the thinking is really the sociological experiment of what this show represents, right? But in that scene, the thing that I thought was the most interesting is that Carol is anti all of this shit, right? She's anti everything until that thing can get her what she wants. And when and not only did she get what she wanted, she got it immediately. Right. She said, "Oh, how long will it? I just need to know when I need to come back to the store." And and Zosha was like, "Come back to the store. Like we'll be there in a second." But this is where it's like one of the themes here is like capitalism versus socialism, right? The whole community. Carol said, I want this. I need this. I need food. The whole community instantly pulled up. 200 people hopped out of trucks and put that whole store together in a couple of hours, and now Carol had everything she wanted. So it's like...
It reminds me of the hypocrisy and individualism that we experience with like, okay, you want to stand for something, right? But as soon as it kind of impacts, and y'all know this is me actually. I'm very much a hypocrite. Like, goddamn... Yeah, we blacks and we boycotting Target, but when them TVs are a little less than they are everywhere else, I'm gonna just go get this because I want to save some money.
Because I have this money is finite. I need this.
And it's something that's working for me in a moment that I'm supposed to be standing for something. Right. So, Carol, do you stand for something but benefit from it when it matters to you only? Because you're kind of contributing to what the system is right now, but you're supposed to be fighting against it.
You're supposed to fight against it, and the whole thing is she's fighting all of these. She's fighting all of these dualities, right? Like even in like Carol is a miserable person, but she writes fantasy for other people to be happy.
Yep,
she's miserable.
Yep.
When this whole thing happens, these 11 people are all happy. But she goes like, I call her Karen Carol because like she goes super Karen on them at that conversation on Air Force One, telling them what they need to do, and she's trying to tell the Indian lady, that's not your child. She's like, bitch, that is my child.
Yeah.
Like, who the fuck are you?
I also really love that in terms of, and so far we where we're at in the show, we haven't met the other people because they don't speak English, right? I really love how in the Karen way, she's the only white woman and everyone else are people of color.
Everybody else.
And she's now trying to tell all of these people of color
what they need to do
because what she thinks is the right way and every which way they think is the wrong way.
What would make her happy?
Should make them happy.
Make you happy too.
Can I throw a twist into it though?
Please.
I agree with what you're saying, but I also think that she feels that way because her life pre the virus, it was a microcosm of that, right? Like she was trapped where like her fans of her book writing, they were the virus, like zombies, right? She was doing something that she didn't enjoy because like Mandii said, like she's a lesbian. She's writing this like
she was
hetero,
a closeted lesbian.
She was closeted, right? So it's like, so then when it happens, it's like on a huge scale that she sees it around the world. And I think she's like, this is my life. This is a bit like, we have to stop this. Everybody, the world can't be like what I'm suffering from. And I think so I think like what we've seen in the early parts of the show, it's like she's clearly traumatized and she's seeing that. But the casting and the way that they set it up really makes it look problematic because she's the white woman who wants to speak to the English speaking people. But I think it's interesting, and there's like so many overlapping kind of themes of like choice and technology,
for sure.
and even like the idea of not understanding the consequences of your asks.
That
right?
part
like,
I wanted to get to too. Yeah. Or even just the consequences of your actions. Like the show is called Pluribus, right? And the essence of that is out of many one. E pluribus unum, right?
Okay.
Out of many one.
Yep.
And so the idea is that everything that we do as individuals affects the world, right? And this has been talked about it made me think about Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers, and it made me think about Most Def Black on Both Sides.
You love to bring it back to hip hop.
Oh yeah.
I want to hear.
It made me think of the Matrix.
I want to hear about that.
Okay, so Most Def Black on Both Sides came out in 1999.
Okay.
There's a song on that album called "Fear Not of Man," and in that song, I think it's in the beginning of the song, before he even starts rapping, he's talking, and he's like, "Oh, people always asking me about hip hop. Where is hip hop going? Where is hip hop going?" And his response is, hip hop is going wherever we going. If we're happy, hip hop is happy. If we're healthy, hip hop is healthy. If we're doing the right thing, hip hop is doing the right thing. It's about us reflecting the world. This is what we want to do. You know, be the change you want to see. That type of thing.
Yep.
Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers is the whole album is based off this guy Eckhart Tolle, who's in the album as like Kendrick's therapist. And the whole concept of Eckhart Tolle is like one person reflects society. Each of us individually reflects society. What we're going through, our traumas reflect society. The things that we're trying to change reflect society. And so this whole show is kind of centered around that whole kind of idea. Carol loses her temper. 16 million people die.
Yep.
She thought she was just losing her temper
for herself.
But it
impacted all of these people that she had no idea about, didn't really even give a fuck about.
I don't even think
until she
the one peer gave the example. She was like, my husband was driving, and you did that. And
my
grandfather crashed and he died.
And you thought because of you. So like you can point all of these fingers and saying you're doing this, you're doing this, you're doing this. You are part of the problem too.
Which is crazy because
being an individual.
Well, and we've talked about that in terms of climate change, global warming. We've talked about it in terms of where you purchase your clothes, because if you care about the children overseas that are working for pennies a day, why do you keep buying fast fashion?
Wake it up.
The Apple iPhones that we use,
technology.
like it's the technology. But if it makes your life better, sometimes again you don't even view yourself as a part of the problem. You just want to find the bits of happiness, which is also why I called it subjective, right? But again, the things that you're partaking in, you don't understand the harm that it's causing elsewhere. And I didn't actually draw that parallel, but yes, you're very right.
And so part of the thing is like, what, as a society, what are we willing to accept for our convenience, wants, needs, whatever it is, right?
Do you, can we go down those lists with us? Like, what is one of the things that you do that you enjoy doing that you know may be causing harm elsewhere.
Alcohol.
Yeah.
What do you mean by that?
Every weekend I go to a bar, and
Okay.
every bar has a parking lot, and all those parking lots have cars in them. And all the people who are in those bars are going to go get in those cars and drive away.
Yeah.
We, as society, expect everyone in that bar to drink
To not be
just
or
enough.
no.
Either don't drink at all,
Right.
drink enough to know your limit, be responsible with this dangerous thing that you have, or call a car and don't get in that car. But everyone who's drinking, regardless of whether we think they should be, what their level are, everyone's going to get in that
I
car.
will
and
say
go
it's
home.
such a Southern mindset. Like it's been the selective ignorance down here that I hate the most because I still don't have a car. I live very New York down here in Atlanta. I Uber everywhere. And when I go out with my friends, you already know I'll make us Uber
Yeah, you
or
big
you leave.
Uber, like, no,
I'm
call
big
up,
Uber,
yeah.
nigga. Leave
Yeah.
your car at home, come park at my house. If
100%.
we're gonna go out, and if you're too lit when we get back to my house, you can stay the night.
Same
But
correct.
I'm not getting in a car with niggas who even drink. Even
Right.
the other day, like my we went out and Crystal had her Tesla, and I was mad as fuck that she came anyways, because when you go out to one place with me, you really end up at 3.
It's an all-night thing.
And it's an all-night thing, and we're gonna be drinking everywhere. But literally, we got in the car, and I was like, nah, she good. She literally didn't even finish. We had a vodka soda. That was her only drink. I was like, okay, but baby, if we do shots, if we do more than one drink,
Yeah.
I'm not getting in the car with you.
And that's the thing. Like I've always had like a I would used to have. Well, I don't really drink. Honestly, I probably the most I drink is when I'm with y'all. You know what I mean? But and that's, no. Wait.
Y'all
Caveat.
said,
are
I'm
doing
putting
it.
caveat
Wait a second.
on.
Wait a
Hold on,
second. Wait a
caveat.
second.
Wait.
By the way, you
Hold
don't
on.
even know.
Wait, caveat meaning it's not an extraordinary amount.
No,
it's
no,
just
no.
that.
That night I bought a bottle.
I mean, there's moments.
yeah,
there's
yeah,
moments.
yeah.
There's moments.
Oh,
There's
no.
moments.
We went out, bought a bottle. We
Allegedly,
closed.
allegedly,
No. It
allegedly.
wasn't alleged.
They don't have breathalyzers in the cars
Listen,
now.
shout out to
Start the
Ayana.
car.
Shout out to Ayana. This was Weekend of One Music.
That
right?
was after the second night.
After the second night,
Yes.
we end up going out to my favorite spot, MCK. We get a table. My friend buying bottles. I'm buying bottles because I said, no, we need a table. We go out, baby. We had a time.
Oh, yeah.
But I'm not going to lie, drink way too much.
But
Oh, yeah,
again,
yeah,
it's
yeah.
like
Drink way too much.
yeah, it's
But that's the thing about it. But I'm saying
That
all
was
to
a good
say that
answer, yeah.
But the
Alcohol.
bigger picture of it is that society, we've accepted that some people are gonna get DUIs, some people are gonna die. Every single year, people
For
are
having
gonna
You're
a
right,
get,
and we
For having a good time.
for
For
having a
having
good
a
time,
good time.
for families, kids, dogs. People are going to die in
Bro,
DUIs every single year, guaranteed.
Every day.
Every single day.
Every night, yeah.
Society
Ooh.
is not ever gonna say we're going back
let's
to prohibition.
Let's remove
If
liquor.
you had a
Let's remove
vote
liquor.
to say we're
You're
going
right.
back and removing alcohol, it will unanimously get shot down by everybody because no one's going to give up their alcohol. And how many people die of DUIs? Well, what's that number that you're willing to accept?
Ooh.
Charlie Kirk got himself in a lot of trouble after he died because he said that comment about the Second Amendment.
Uh-huh.
He
Yeah.
said, I think it's worth it to have this
To have
right
this,
for a
to
certain amount
arm
of people
gun-
to
yep,
die.
to be
And
armed.
some people are gonna die.
And
Yeah.
people are mad about that. And I understand it because it's a different topic a little bit and people are sensitive to that concept. But what he was saying, what I'm hearing when he says that is that doesn't just apply to guns. That applies to a lot of shit in
Everything,
society.
yeah.
It's
There's a
choosing-
value proposition against decisions.
against decisions. And like how many people, what is that number? Like the same way you say everybody has a price. We all accepting a certain number. What is that number of people
We're
that
all
can
accepting
die?
something to be happy. To be
Happening.
happy that we like.
What's the
Well,
compromise?
What's
for
the
your
compromise?
happiness
For your
versus
happiness, for us to do what we want to do.
pain,
What
yeah.
and what is that number? Is it 50,000 people? Is it 100,000 people? Is it 5 million?
I'm gonna tell you the
people?
number that we don't have to know about, because that's why we
There
go in the
you go.
store and we go and buy these
You don't
sneakers
even think
and
about
we know
it.
about
Yeah.
the factories, but we still go and
Still
shop.
going
We
and
still
buy.
go and do the same
and you don't
shit.
and you don't leave the store paying.
We don't have no
You don't
feeling
leave the
towards
store
it.
in shame. You're not
Until you read
hiding
the
your
article.
iPhone.
When you read the article, then in that moment you're like, damn.
Damn.
But there's still a tension within those decisions, and that's what makes like the world that we live in versus like the show where there's like it's just all clear from the gate.
it's a
right? Like,
binary thing. of-
Exactly. You don't have
yeah.
to like worry about it. Where
By
it's like
the-
with us, like it influences like, should I buy this or not? Should I have that third drink or not? Are we gonna do shots or not?
And-
Like,
and
you know what I
this
mean? It
is-
influences.
And
this
that's
is
where
a way,
choice comes in.
but this is a way to
Right.
put it, right? Ja. Roughly 12 to 14,000 people a year die in alcohol impaired crashes. would you stop
Here we go.
drinking to save? If you knew your drinking ability could save 12 to 14,000 people a year, would you stop drinking today?
No.
See, okay.
Like,
And I think that that's the interesting part, because when we talk about this idea of world peace and coming together as one in humanity, when we really dig deep into what makes
do you
us happy
believe?
and our individualism, it's why I don't believe we can ever come to a place of world peace. Because, and I love the reality and you being real and the fact that 12 to 14,000 people, I don't know them niggas. I want to have a drink.
I want to have this Hennessy. I want this juice.
Hennessy,
I want this
Hennessy
reposado.
is crazy.
It's gonna make me feel good.
You know,
Yeah, I want this reposado.
real
I want
quick,
this bottle of shit.
real quick. For me, and I mentioned it earlier, fast fashion is mine, for sure. Y'all have heard me be ignorant as hell to say, I know a kid made this t-shirt. This is Shein, bitch. I know a kid was slaving away for this t-shirt. And in terms of child labor, if I stop buying from Shein, Fashion Nova, Zara, these kids might have a better life. No,
because someone else will.
But also, that might be the only means of them to make money, even if it's 5 cents
and I get that.
an hour.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. Whether it's 5 cents or not, the way we view child labor here in the States is different than other people, which is the same way. If you really want to draw parallels, same thing with non-monogamy. Polygamy and polyamory in other parts of the world are viewed drastically different than how we view it here in the Western Hemisphere. Before we,
I just want to ask you something before you
go ahead. Just make me sound
early,
even more.
No,
ignorant.
the early. No, I'm just in the concept of the movie, the series. In another episode, you mentioned you had difficulty with the cleaning services.
Last week,
Is that last? But would that be part of you? Want a bunch of people saying, "Hey, Mandii, we're gonna clean. We know you want Espanol, but we're here to clean your apartment."
Oh, I'm not even gonna lie. I've already said I would want to be a part of taking advantage of everybody.
Advantage, but you don't want to be
like, bruh.
But wait, what does that mean? Does that mean you're Diabate or you're in the hive mind?
I'm worse than Diabate. baby, the way that we be outside.
Season 2.
The way we be,
yeah, 100%.
The way we be outside, hey, Method Man, give me some dick.
Run it up.
Run it up.
Run it up.
But that's
like,
what the show reminds me of the Matrix.
No one can say no to me.
Yeah.
Bro, clean my house. And I guess that's where, again, the idea of humanity to me, and especially as a woman, is the right for us to have a choice to say no.
Yeah, choice is
the right to be
Choice
able
is
to
a big
do
part of it, yeah.
actually what we want to do, not what someone else wants us to do. And it's very interesting to watch this too, because it's kind of, again, what we see that French character do and where our mind goes is essentially no different than what happened for 400 years with slavery.
But here's the thing,
they didn't have the choice to say, no, I don't want to do this, but they were at the mercy of what someone else wanted, whether it be crops, whether it be cleaning, whether it be, and
but that's an interesting example because it fucks up both sides.
It does.
It not only fucks up like the people who are experiencing it, but the people who are making those decisions throughout the 400 years, they're all fucked up.
Which is why,
Mm-hmm.
to me, it was interesting because there's a battle with Carol being the Karen of wanting to change it back to what society was, and because there is a toggle to where, wait, this isn't right. But yes, it is a better world. But is it really? Because now these people don't have choices.
So look, let me land my Matrix point real quick because I keep bringing it up. But like in the Matrix. So, but in the Matrix, there was an example about like the world and they were doing. So it's like the first time they did it, it was all perfection, and people were unhappy. It was the same thing, world peace. You don't have to worry about murders, and people found unhappiness in that because they didn't have choice. So then he went like the complete opposite, the architect, and he made it like war, famine, and like and again with that like that people were just as unhappy. So then they found that someplace in the middle where they had choice, right? And so like even if you have a semblance of choice, that's like, you know, it could be such a minimum thing where it's like what I wear today, and you know, some people have other means and they have bigger choices, but it's somewhere in between. And I think it's funny to call her the Karen, and there is like Karen behaviors in it, but I think she's fighting for the idea of like, let's have choice. And like when she says like that's not your family, because her children will listen to everything she says. with no
Yeah,
pushback.
right,
Her
yeah,
husband,
right, yeah,
her husband
yeah.
would listen, and that. So it's like
Everybody's
they
on
don't have a choice.
autopilot.
So now you're dealing with people who don't have choice, and that's not real either.
Well,
I think that's kind of like her pursuit more than.
No, that's fair. But I
Yeah.
think that there's an inherent idea that like we value choice.
We do value choice.
But we value
That's
choice.
why we're in a democracy where we believe we have a choice in even who
Correct.
runs the.
And I would even say we value the emotion behind the idea of choice. Because sometimes we don't even really have a real choice.
And well, that's the part I was going to get to was that we value choice, but we also see choice as the happiness.
We do.
And choice does not have to be the happiness.
Ooh.
Choice can be the thing that fucks you over.
Well, yeah, because there's right and wrong.
You can choose wrong.
You can choose wrong.
You can choose wrong. Someone else has the choice too. You do something and that someone else reacts to it. I ran down last episode. I ran down on the guy of the Home Depot van, pulled up on him. It wasn't him.
Right.
Now I made that choice. He could have made a choice. He could have made a choice to be like, who the fuck is this nigga running down on me like this? And it just cascades down. That guy gets out the car and tries to shoot me, but he misses. He hits somebody across the street with a bullet.
All because of that.
All because I went down there, confronted him. He made a choice. Then his choice affected that person over there.
Right.
Had shit to do with what's going on.
Yeah, it's tricky. If you haven't seen it, because when the series ends, and I do hope Apple TV is not really, or they are notorious for seasons not going very long over there. Which I don't know why, because we all got these fucking Apple phones. I don't know why
I hope it's 10
everyone doesn't have
episodes.
Apple
I hope it's
TV.
10. We need 10.
I would like 10. I hate the series that are 6 or 8.
6 and 8 is not.
But
it's not enough time to unpack it.
Yeah.
But because it's from the creator, like I said, Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul.
Vince Gilligan. Shout out Vince Gilligan.
Shout out to Vince Gilligan.
Are you expecting a plot twist?
I am expecting.
Of course.
I am expecting that this show, kind of like, what's the one I really
Severance?
like? No, what's the guy that I really, with the black guy with End of the World? That is already locked into a season 2 that I'm waiting to come back.
You talking about Sterling K. Brown?
Yeah, Sterling K. Brown.
Yeah.
On Hulu.
On Hulu.
It's,
Hulu, Sterling K.
Come on, journalism, Jason.
Paradise.
So what I'm hoping is that season 2 for this has already been written, and they just need the green light to where they go straight into. Because what I'm also hating is like the fact that Stranger Things just released, but released what 3 years later?
I know.
Bruh, like Jesus Christ.
Especially with shows, it's one thing if the show is just kind of like
I'm getting
okay,
into that too. I want to talk about.
But a show that like this that has like deep things to unpack, like you can't give us 6 episodes and expect us to get the whole.
We
message.
need to be more invested.
I think the good thing is they're TV people doing it. They're not like movie people. Parachuting in doing TV,
which is what
they're busy.
I'm excited by this. And celebrities say the darndest things, y'all. I'm the celebrity, apparently. So a couple weeks ago, of course, Rory, my good friend Rory, who I'm not canceling. And I'm not gonna sit here and go through why people were trying to cancel him. It's a couple weeks old now. But someone, I guess, I don't know what they thought they were doing. I don't know if they were warning me or blackmailing me. But I got emailed. It was weird.
Yeah.
I got emailed my tweets from 2011 through 2013, and they clearly decided to search the word blacks and black women. And
that's gonna be the highest search thing in the Twitter algorithm.
Over the next month. If you spoke about blacks or black women and you are a black person, they're coming to see what the fuck you had to say. Now, because I am me, I am she, I am going to read some of these tweets. Or you know what? Maybe I'll have Jason read them so that I can respond. And this is kind of a mix of celebrities say the darndest things, but also double down or take it back. And so you will in real time see me double down or take it back with explanations. So
they emailed you.
They did email me. They emailed me about
a number of tweets.
Yeah,
so it was what, seven tweets with just question mark as the subject line. That's the part that's strange.
Some real Riddler shit, like some real Gotham City shit. Like what the fuck?
Mind you, hold on.
Don't email me no question mark.
Mind you, by the way,
are you friend or foe?
By the way,
warning me or
shout out to Gina Views. So me and Gina was talking about all this shit while it was happening. So I sent her this email, that bitch found that nigga Cash App,
Yeah.
all the things, because I got your email.
Yeah.
Right,
So
yeah,
we
now
were
you open it.
searching.
Yeah.
His name is Joshua. I forgot the last name. But anywho, we found your Cash App, fuck nigga. And what are you doing this for? I don't know if you're a fan or a foe,
Clarify.
but suck my dick from the back. Anyways, I am going to now double down or take it back. And then I do want to lean into y'all because we've all been a part of Black Twitter, kind of what this time frame of tweets was, what it means to actually change or evolve or stay the same. So go ahead.
A tweet from Mandii,
here we
May
go.
5th, 2017. I read the comment. I read the comments often. Black women despise black men with any women lighter than .
Double down. Duh.
Yeah. And that's
Bro, it's still happening. And this was 2017. The other ones are all like 2011 to 2013. Yeah. Black women hate to see black men with anything
we see
but
it. We see
black,
it play out.
black women. Okay,
all
don't have
day.
to stay on this.
Okay,
Boom.
so Ja, how about
Double
this
down.
one, Ja? August 15th, 2013, 10:15 in the morning. Mandii thought,
Wow, this is crazy.
my preference in women isn't black women, but Lord, do I have my exceptions. ... You like an ellipsis?
My preference in
I do.
women
Okay,
isn't
now here's
black
the thing.
women.
Here's the thing. This one sounds bad. I ain't gonna hold you.
Yeah, that one sounds crazy.
This one sounds bad.
She said her preference.
Her prep. She did say her
My
preference.
And what I like.
Right.
Which
Mandii
is
has
also crazy.
ultimate cover though. You
Which
mix,
is also
like, I
crazy
can't
because
tell
my
what side of the
preference in
fence.
men is only black men. Now, at this time,
You like the whites with the long hair?
No,
blue
what's crazy
eyes?
is
That
I've
white
never been with a
pussy.
white.
You ain't no better than an NBA player.
You ready? You ready?
You play for the Pacers, nigga?
Mandy Porter
You're not-
Jr.
You want to know what's funny? Is,
Mandy Halliburton.
you want to know what's funny about that? I just talked about.
That's the
Bro, that's
equivalent
crazy.
to
No,
men
no, no,
in
no,
the
You know what's
NBA.
crazy? I had a threesome this year with my first white woman with an NBA player, and I told him, I said, "Nigga, not you making me fuck my first white."
Yeah.
But I don't like white women. Never
I mean,
been
what
with
was
white
the
women.
experience if you want to share?
I ain't gonna lie, it was lit.
All right.
She was kind of fun. She sucked the fuck out of that dick.
I was gonna say, yeah, she probably
it-
knew what to do with that mouth.
It was cool, yeah. Her pussy was nice. It was cute.
It was cute.
Would I do it again? Wouldn't be my preference, you know. But if it happens, it happens. I'm double down and taking this back because this was from 2013. My preference now is only black women. I really don't.
So
sleep.
no pink nipples. So you saying.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no. I like the little butterscotch. But yeah, no. All of my women that I've dealt with in the past 5-6 years plus have all been black women.
Let's go back to just a couple of days before Christmas.
That's crazy.
2011. 8:36 in the morning, Ja.
Ho, ho, ho.
Wiping the coal out her eye.
Right. And a toothbrush.
What I say?
Talking shit.
She said, our quote, she threw the quotes around this. Our quote unquote black girls still throwing shade at black men for dating white,
shit.
light-skinned women.
Same shit.
Rolls eyes, waits for valid response. Why'd you put black girls in quotes?
That's some
What
real
do you
Trump
mean?
shit.
What did you
But Trump
mean
be
by
doing that shit like that, like putting quotes around
Let's
random
be very
things.
clear because I included light-skinned women. So the quotes around the black girls were the darker skinned women who also lean into, I don't want to say reverse colorism, but they line up too with the light skinned black women who also go with black men, right? Like there's wars between, okay, are you dark skin, brown skin, light skin? Like the colorism of the spectrum, sometimes light skinned black girls get grouped into, oh, he's only with you because you're light skinned.
Yep.
And maybe, and I don't know, again, this is from 2011, 2013. I don't know what was on the timeline that was like, why is this a thing? And I've always questioned, like, why is this a thing? And to be fair, it's been questioned about me. Like, where women have told me, oh, but you don't count as a black girl because you're biracial or you real light skinned. Or, so there's been conversations about me saying, oh, well, I'm black and this man is dating a black. Yeah, but you light skinned. So to me, it's just still questioning things. I do want to get into the ones that I absolutely double down on and don't understand why 14 years later, there is still questions about it. So let's get into, because you're going into, you're reading ones that are all the same. But
I got this one. This next one feels a little, I was going to say, speaking of mix, this next one, August 10th, 2011. You see this one? But when I say I'm white, people completely ignore that because I'm half black.
That's what I'm saying. But even that,
Black people walk around calling each other the N-bomb all day long.
Yep.
N-bomb, man. Dude, that's like the white side of you. N-bomb. But they want to get their panties in a bunch when another race says it. Fuck out of here. The N-word is overrated. Wow.
N-bomb sound like a
people
WWE move.
Are so sensitive to things.
Which is also
SMH.
crazy because if you go to literally another tweet around that, I'm talking about the N-word and I say it's sensitive, ignorant, and tacky, but also it's why I don't allow any of my friends who are not black to say it. You could read that verbatim, but there's two around the same thing, which is crazy because clearly my only tweets around blacks and black people and black women are all about the same shit, which I'm doubling down on.
2011,
the same
who
day,
was
too,
president
for
in
back
2011? That was Obama.
Obama
was still in
Obama.
office,
He was still in office.
And
he
you
was
was
in
in
his
New
second
York
year.
at the time?
No, 2011 I was in Miami. 2011 I was living in
mixed
Miami.
bitch in Miami saying
So-
N-bomb.
but also-
this kind of stuff.
because
I'm just trying to see
mean-
what might have been your experiences on the social level that.
I mean, I was in the
encouraged.
club, but also,
He said, on a
yeah,
social
you guys,
level, where
but,
were you
but
at?
also, I was
What
in
side of
Florida.
your family were you
Right.
close
So-
That's what I'm saying.
to
She-
at this
So
time?
nigga is a word that no, all you Puerto Ricans, Cubans,
Oh.
Dominicans shouldn't be saying.
Oh.
But then at the same time, you have a lot of Afro-Caribbean people who don't know nigga is not a part of their nigga's an American word. And so it's just like the N-word was, and again, maybe to me at the time, I'm not surrounded by black Americans.
Right.
Everyone using it is everything but black American. So maybe at this time I also maybe wasn't using the N-word as fluently.
Yeah.
I did live in Atlanta for a little bit, and then I mean my just whole circle is black people. But growing up in Florida, no, I think everyone that's using it isn't really African American.
Well, I ask that because sometimes when we tweet these things, or when we, especially
Well,
the
and
time,
let's be very clear.
what's your lived experience in the moment?
But
right?
at this time in the moment,
Mhm.
you see, they was trying to say Obama wasn't black. So me
Yep.
as a biracial girl, they definitely was trying to say, which is why even when I say I'm white, maybe at this time I even thought I could say that I was white.
And you were
And
like,
I know-
you were like 21.
No,
at this
I'm,
time,
I'm
right?
20,
Yes.
19, 20, 21. That's when these tweets
Yep.
are. Like, yeah, maybe at the time I thought otherworldly as a biracial, I could identify as either or.
Right.
Now today, with enough lived experience, no, bitch, I'm black. I done lived in Singapore. I done went abroad. I didn't even have a passport while I was tweeting these. You know what I mean? I got my passport when I was 22 years old. So this is the ignorance of me being in America, living in Florida, where most people are not African American. Like, if you're black, oftentimes your family is from Haiti or Jamaica or the islands.
Yep.
Like, it's just different. And they don't identify as African American. They
Correct.
identify as the island that they're from.
nationality,
Yeah.
true
So that's where this
nationality,
comes
yeah.
from. By the way, the other two tweets is what I wanted to get into, if you don't mind. Fuck using the N-word as much.
Girl.
I want to get into the other two things.
The light skinned girl.
Nope. First tweet, second line. Let's get into it because this is still my goal, and I haven't done a really good job at it.
Hold on. Which one are you talking about?
These are the two things. Bottom row, first tweet. Let's get into these two things that are still an issue within our community.
I'm gonna make it my goal in life to teach black people how to tip.
Oh yeah. Let's get and then hashtag I'm just saying. And this
is-
probably comes from me being a bartender, me being a server, because that's
Could
what
see
I
that.
did at this
I
time.
can see that.
And do you know how embarrassing it is to work in an atmosphere around other people of other colors and hear them talk about us to where they don't want to serve you? They don't care to give you that much of good service because there is a stereotype that it doesn't matter how good the service is, how above and beyond I go, black people don't tip.
Yeah.
And I hated that I was experiencing that at the hands of my own people because I wanted to believe that this is just a stereotype. And I don't like that my coworkers are saying the same thing.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, and it could be a socioeconomic thing, right? I get that sometimes you make just enough to finally enjoy a meal outside. And you don't consider that tipping is a part of
It's
that
part
meal.
of that meal, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And so, again, I'm going to blame the socioeconomic oppression that has ravaged our community. However, still in 2025, when was this tweet? This was 2011.
2011, April 16th,
God
2011.
damn it, 14 years later, you niggas still don't know how to tip.
Yeah. So,
I listen. We see it all the time.
yeah, we've had arguments about this amongst unnamed coworkers, but like we talked about this in the office, just shooting the shit.
See?
And it's like, damn, like there was there was one of our coworkers in particular that was just adamant about like that's not my problem.
You see what I mean?
I was like,
I hear that a lot too.
bro.
I hear that a
was
lot.
like,
Yeah, nah, you're right.
I'm paying for the food.
Okay,
and I'm
so then
paying for
take
the-
your ass
but-
through McDonald's drive-through. But
Take
if
it
you
to
are
go.
if you are gonna take it to go, if you're gonna sit down and receive a service, there needs to be a tip.
Well, also,
Which
like,
I also find interesting. I don't know if y'all saw on Twitter last week. They uploaded a blank receipt and were literally asking how much tip do you leave. It was like $131 and some change, and it was interesting to see what people thought they should leave as a tip. Now I go straight to, mind you, I was $100 is $20, and then I count by fives based on that. So I was like, okay, $131, I'm leaving a $26 tip.
Right.
Then you had people that wanted to get into the change. The change is staying the same. I'm not doing
Yeah, I'm
double
not
math.
doing- yeah,
Not
yeah.
doing double
Right,
math.
right, right.
Zero,
right,
zero,
right,
Zero,
right,
zero.
zero,
Zero, zero.
100%.
But it was interesting to see like niggas leaving $10 on it. Like the idea of even the percentage that should be left based on what you're spending, we still don't know. Like,
So I have a
we know,
question.
but maybe it's selective ignorance.
It is-
bad
it's
bad
selective
service.
ignorance.
With bad service, Mandy, do you low tip or
Oh,
no tip?
I low tip. They 10%.
Mhm.
10%.
That's fair.
That's my low tip. If it's really bad service, you didn't come check on the table. I sat there and was drinking air because you refused to even refill my goddamn water.
yeah.
I don't no tip, but 10% tip.
Well, here's the thing for me. It's like with tipping, even with the socioeconomic part of it, right? Like, which is a fair thing to say though, because okay, I get that, but what are you gonna do with the $8?
Put it towards something else.
What are you gonna do with the 10? Like, I can see if the tip had to be something crazy, and you like, I'm not paying double the amount of this object, but it's like if you could buy a $500 dinner, then you can afford the $100 tip.
But I'm even talking about, say, the $50 dinner
Exactly.
where you're leaving $3.
That's
A $50
trifling.
dinner should be $10.
It's trifling.
Yeah,
It's
it's
trifling.
trifling.
But that's what I'm
just
saying.
trifling. But are you that hard pressed for the $10? All you're gonna do with the $10
I think
is
people.
trick it off.
I think people walk in and they just know they're not going to tip.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
they're just
but-
trifling and they're just
but-
like,
Right,
yo, no
yes.
matter
And-
what
it
they
doesn't matter
do,
what
And
it
that's
is.
my
like I'm keeping
problem.
my
I'm
money.
not giving you no
Ignorant.
extra money.
And that's
but
my
you
problem.
just paid $35 for a margarita that cost $3.
But the stereotype is that it's us doing it.
yeah,
And so,
yeah.
and by the way, stereotype, white people are tricky.
I want to see
Y'all
some
know,
receipts.
y'all
though.
know who tips the most?
Mm.
Let me ask y'all, who y'all
Guess,
think
let's
tips?
guess.
Let me,
Honestly,
who do y'all think tips the most?
I think
Latin
it's
people.
either white men or Latin men.
Yeah,
Okay.
I would
Nope.
say
It's gonna be
Latin
women.
people.
Okay, by the way, it's not a color. You ready?
It's women.
The gays.
Ah.
Gay
Interesting.
men.
White gay,
Gay
or
men.
black gay? Or
Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter the color. Could be Latina.
What is that based on? What is that?
I worked gay nights.
Oh,
baby.
for sure.
I've been my lived experience.
Right.
My lived experience, and also just other bartenders who may even be straight. I know straight men that will go fucking bartend in boxers. That's just one of the ones I know in New York. But gay men, especially if you're quick, funny, look attractive,
Mm-hmm.
you're just gonna get so much more tips. Like, and they do the least. Bitch, they want a fucking vodka soda. Like, or maybe or maybe a fucking Shirley. Niggas could be ordering Shirley Temples and they're gonna tip. Like, gay men, doesn't matter the color, are the best tippers out there. And then maybe if you're in fine dining, then sure, white men, or I'm not even gonna say white men, I'm gonna say business cards. If you know that it's a business meeting and it's going on the business, then you're gonna get tipped well or over.
Right.
But to me, all the gay men tip the best.
That's interesting. I mean, I guess there's a level of selective ignorance that I could apply to that and say, for gay men, outside of being accosted for your sexuality, I feel like for a lot of gay men, perhaps the worst thing you could be is raggedy.
Valid.
Or be what's the word I'm looking for? Like not have couth or not know how to treat people or not know how to like conduct yourself toward others, that maybe they feel like I'm not gonna be that.
Maybe. I don't know the answer, but
You call me a lot of things, but you're not gonna call me cheap.
when I tell you gay men,
like
you're not gonna do that. They tip the best. They tip the best. And then here's another one. The last one.
There was a joke there about the tip and gay men. I'm not gonna say that.
No, see, they
was
like
like
the tip.
yeah.
it was
right there.
I mean, honestly, Jason,
right
as long
there.
as you add comedian to your bio,
You can say these things.
Yeah, you know, you can literally say whatever you want. Go ahead and do the gay.
Did you make that change?
The,
I know
the,
you said
the
you
gay
did.
tip joke. If you want to read that second one on the bottom, this is another one I am doubling completely down on.
Is this the I'm 30 minutes late?
Yep.
And still the first bitch here.
Yep.
SMH. Damn, black people.
We still use CP time, and black people are doubling down on being late. So yes, I have a problem with the fact that I showed up somewhere 30 minutes late and still was the first bitch there. And it clearly was a black soiree. It was our people. It was an event hosted, ran by our people.
Is it late if there's such a thing as CP time and we all
See what
know
I mean?
that?
I don't like that we like.
That's just a question. That's just a question.
The way I learned it.
Logic.
No. The way that I learned it heavily in Atlanta, Georgia. Here's the thing. And y'all know I like industry shit. When there's an event going on in New York, oh baby, you better be there before it opens.
7 means 7.
7 means 7 in New York.
Yeah.
The line is going to be crazy. The whole sidewalk, and everyone thinks they're important. And so they walk right up to the front, and it gets chaotic.
Yeah. Right.
So if there's an event, specifically an industry event, if it say 7 o'clock, you better be already pulling up about 6:50 to make sure.
100%.
Just to make
That's
sure
New York.
And it's
right?
going to end on time, too.
And it ends on time
Right.
because, baby, it's
Ain't no
New York.
carrying on. It's done now.
Yeah.
And there'll be somewhere where the overflow goes next, right? I realize now in Atlanta, if you show up on time here, you're going to be helping set up.
You're
I was
going to be
gonna say, yeah.
The door,
unfolding
hold on. If an event starts at 7, the door is not even going to open until 7:45.
Yeah.
Like, but on the flyer it says 7 o'clock.
Don't give a fuck about none of that.
What the fuck? So I've caught myself being like, and mind you, I'm a celebrity. I'm supposed to show up fashionably. No, I'm the first one there. Like, niggas are still blowing balloons.
Right.
And I'm like, oh, wow. So here, it's bothering me that when I see an event that says they start at 7 or 8, I got to show up at 10.
Yeah, you got to tell people.
No,
it starts at 7:30 when the thing starts at 8:30.
No, you ready? Here, just everyone is showing up 3 hours late. So imagine the events like that really have to end at a certain time, bro. Everyone's showing up for the last 30 minutes. Nobody's here for the whole event.
Was punctuality drilled into you as a child? Like,
What's a good question?
Like, were you? Because my girl is like that. She's an event producer, right? And she's like very much about like this goes in this sequence. This time. This is doors. This is this. This is this. This is this. It's
I'll
over.
be honest with you. I think it came from I believed in. I mean, most of us as millennials thought we would be rewarded for perfect attendance and shit like that, right? But for me, when kids came in late to class, which I was always really big with my studies, my academia, it bothered me that if people walked in late, they disrupted the entire class.
Yep.
So it was the disruption. It ingrained into me that, oh, you disrespectful. You think this is on your time. You know what time it starts. We've already gotten into curriculum. And now fuck everybody here that showed up on time because you chose to be late. We all got to stop what we're doing, the lesson. The teacher has to address you. Yeah. You're now pulling out your desk, making all the noise. Even if we try to ignore you,
you
done disrupted the flow
of things.
And so to me, my entire life, I've viewed it as a sign of disrespect, but also as someone who took pride in showing up on time and being present. I always felt like, what makes you think you don't have to show up?
Yeah, why is it on your time? Yeah.
Why? And to me, it was always just, again, back to the individualism that a lot of us have. To me, I just always viewed it, and it's funny because the people listening, like, when we have meet and greets and when we've done things for decisions, they be like, see, bitch, we on time. They know I don't like shit that just like, why are you late? And so for me, I've genuinely viewed it as a sign of disrespect. I literally just had to have a conversation with a friend to where I brought it up in therapy, and I was like, we've been friends for, I don't know, 15 years or so. And I'm like, she's never on time. And a part of me is starting to despise and feel like I can't be friends with her because there's no way she respects me as a person. Yeah. Because every time we're together, she's late.
You don't never take into account what the time. Yeah.
Ever. Yeah. Ever.
Yeah, my mom says that a lot, that showing up late is a sign of disrespect.
Like, you don't give a fuck.
She said, come early and wait on me because I'm going to be on time.
Right.
But don't let me wait on you and you late, because then what? You know what I mean?
Because then what? And so, yeah, for me, that's that. And I just hate that within our community specifically, which is why I'm doubling down on these 2 tweets, that we have the stereotype that we don't tip, which means we don't respect service or good service. But guess what? We gonna be the first and the loudest to complain when the service ain't good.
Oh, it's fucked up. Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then for me, not respecting people's time.
That's
I
fair.
think that's the bare minimum.
Yeah.
Showing up on time is the bare minimum of what you should expect from another human being. And I don't think we show up as that way. Everything else was, me talking about the N-word and black women and black men not liking black women, which is also the craziest thing that I do want to say about this entire thing. You know who has the most to say about black women? On the internet, on Beyonce's internet? Black men. So the fact that black men who also had
Big
histories, black men who also had the histories
Big chatty
of
patty.
talking down on black women, being mad at Rory for saying shit about black women, I was just like, bro, we went like days with the pots calling the kettle black.
Yeah. I mean,
And I was just like, bro.
a lot of the group chats that I'm in, a lot of black women were bringing up that same thing. They were looking at the names of the people who was like cursing Rory out and
we
going
talking
the hardest,
about?
And was looking at them like,
You got a weird case.
yeah. Why are you around?
You got a weird case
Yeah,
too.
yeah.
Weird case.
Remember right in the pandemic?
Right.
Yo, that is hilarious.
That's so funny.
Yeah, no, facts. So to me, it was just, it's just interesting. Like, what is it? Don't throw rocks in glass
Hide your hand.
houses.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But even
Don't
then,
Hide
throw
your hands
stones and
above
hide
No,
your hands.
but if you are
Black people
someone,
mess up phrases too. I'm gonna write that in a tweet so y'all can bring that up.
There's a few things we're going to fuck up your phrase, and we're going to add an S on that bitch.
Oh yeah.
No. I hate that.
We're going to add an S.
Mind you, I'm from Orlando. It's the Orlando Magic, not Magics.
Oh, yeah.
And oxtail?
Yeah. Oxtail.
That's it. There's no
Oxtails.
S.
Yeah,
As a
yeah.
Jamaican, there's no S on
even
oxtail.
plantain. Like, plantains.
Plantains?
Yeah.
Plantains.
Shit, like, and I'm not Jamaican either, but
Maybe
I
that shit pissed me off. But yeah, like, so for me, like, in terms of everyone having an opinion, cool, you can have it. But if you've been a perpetrator of what you trying to
out
be
the
the
way.
holy grail
Just
around,
shut up.
Stay
like,
out the
just
way.
shut the fuck up.
Because Joshua will send you that email. Say,
Oh, no. By the way,
Gotcha.
Gotcha,
for
Question
for
mark.
anyone
crazy
wondering
man.
if I responded to this email, I did, and I said, "Oh, you thought you ate with this, huh?"
Did he respond?
No, he didn't, because he realized he was hungry. He did not eat, in fact, with this
Yeah.
email. He was starving.
He went
He
back
was-
to searching for more tweets from somebody
Bro,
else.
but also, MTV made me spend 2 hours deleting 28 pages of tweets
Oh, yeah,
already.
yeah, then it's
So,
it.
if you wanted to get me, you should have got me before I had an MTV show. Because, boy, they scrubbed that shit, and I was embarrassed. Mind you, while I was reading it, I was like, bitch, I said that.
I said that for
like dead ass. I was like, I said that. But to me, tweets, Twitter, anything a decade ago, bro, again, the way we're talking about the sensitivity of the society we live in and the way that we're all educating and learning and growing. Again, if you've been fans of Horrible Decisions, there's been knowledge that I've learned about different layers and levels of sexual assault. Like stealthing was something I learned in 2017. I didn't know back in 2012 when a nigga removed the condom on me that I had been
That's a
sexually
crime.
assaulted.
Yeah,
that is a
right.
crime.
Yeah, it's a crime.
That now you could go to jail for. And so to me, if we're all learning as we're getting older, we shouldn't be holding people to the fire on
Allow
tweets.
for the growth to happen.
You know, allow for us to evolve, because that's also the dope thing about humanity and choice, right? Is the fact that we do get to change our minds, our thoughts, our views, our opinions.
Perspectives,
It gets to change. We get to evolve, and we get to go to therapy. We get to learn that them toxic relationships wasn't love. That was me being fucking insecure with myself or not having self-worth. Like, we get to do those things. So this idea that we gonna hold people to the fire on tweets 10 years plus ago, shut the fuck up. And Rory's one of the best potters out there, so I don't give a fuck.
All right.
I'm you know.
Enough of your self-accountability. Let's throw Rory under the bus.
Oh no! We're not doing that.
Also, too, as far as I just want to speak to the evolving of humanity, Marjorie Taylor Greene, she's kind of evolved. She's evolving as a politician. But
I don't like that.
So,
carry on,
so,
brother, carry on, carry on, carry on,
So
carry
I'm
on.
not going to throw Rory under the bus, but I am
But-
going to bring up Marjorie Taylor Greene in relation to this whole thing, right?
Okay.
And here's the problem. I personally think that the bringing up old tweets thing is whack.
Me too.
course.
For a lot of reasons that don't necessarily have to do with like why you bringing up old shit. Like in these particular cases, like, well, maybe Joshua is a whole other thing for you, but like for the people that brought up Kayla Nicole shit, right?
Yep.
these are people who are bringing these things up in defense of some rich white lady.
Yep, literally.
In Rory's case, this all came up over who's your rapper daddy.
Literally.
Like, this all came up because...
Well, apparently he brought it up in a Spaces.
But it came up because they were accusing him of like writing
Clip, because he thought Clip should get a Grammy.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Like, to me, those
yeah, but
are
come
like...
on, hey,
let's be clear.
There's
Love
a lot
Kendrick.
of
I hope Kendrick wins
sci-fi
his
shit
Grammy.
going on in hip hop, though.
Okay.
You know that.
Oh, as far
So when we scan through the genuineness of
the
and
thing,
again,
right.
I'm to your point. I hate when they do that shit. Cause,
Yeah, I just
and
think the whole thing
he
is
should
wrong.
be able to defend that shit.
But here's the problem. Here's to me where he fucked up at, and where Marjorie Taylor Greene comes into it. Right. When you go into spaces, if you have that on your jacket, especially if you're a white person and you're in this culture, if you have that on your jacket, it is your responsibility as a human being, as a white person, to approach that situation seriously and hold that for real, hold that, and don't be defensive about it. Don't scoff at it. You don't get to make jokes about it. You got to hold that. You have to approach that situation. If you're going to offer an apology, you have to offer a real apology. And if Marjorie Taylor Greene can offer a better fake apology than you can, you look crazy.
Well, his humor, I'll be honest, the way he responded initially is exactly how I would have responded. I would have thought it was a joke. Like, y'all are really, like, which I think...
You don't get to be white and do that.
Exactly.
You don't get to be white and do that. You just don't. Like, that's just how it goes.
He ain't.
Yeah.
At least... But I'm like, but for a white man,
I think he could have handled it a lot better. I think there was a way.
Because it could have been over.
I think
like,
maybe the pride and ego might have been over the top.
My thing is, here's the thing: you're damned if you do, damned if you don't. Had he gotten on his knees and begged for forgiveness, for an apology, there's a lot of people, because there was a lot of niggas at home in their mama basement yelling into the phone like, ah.
Yeah.
To me, even had he apologized out the gate, there's still so many people that wouldn't have accepted the apology.
Of course they wouldn't have.
Sure,
but that's his fault.
But yeah, he's still got to do it better. And I'll say this: I've had nothing but like positive interactions with Rory.
I love
Like
Rory.
I don't know him super well, but I've always had.
So maybe this is my
interactions with him.
bias.
But still,
wasn't
it's
that
like,
bad.
but as a white dude in it, regardless, like you have to do a good apology because there's people that fuck with you and people that like you, and you have to apologize to them. For all the people who are gonna make noise about it, they were gonna do it anyway.
Yeah.
And so like it has to be legit and like super 100.
Like when a white person violates a black person's trust, there's only one way you can play that out. And if you're gonna be cute about it, like, because then he came back on his pod and like gave a real apology, right? So it's like,
That's what I'm saying. Then apologies can be too late. So you're damned if, like...
Yeah, but again, if you're a white person, if that's all the burden you gotta bear is that niggas don't fuck with you no more, then whoop-de-doo. Like, so
Whoop-de-doo.
what? So what?
I think his misstep rather, is that he went on Twitter Space so quick. I think he should have gave some time to it.
Which he admitted to.
Or even
He
had
said
some counsel with
his friend said, "Don't get on that
Don't
shit,"
get
and
on
he
that
got
shit.
on it
and I know
anyway.
Twitter Spaces. Shout out to Twitter's people who do. I like the idea,
But nothing
the
good can
purpose
come of
of
that.
it
Nothing-
is
that's the thing, it's
people
all
wanna see what they could
negativity.
get
It
from
just
you.
became a firing
It's
squad.
so
Right,
negative.
they want to see what
Yeah.
they could get from you to clip that shit up and go put it on YouTube, put it on a page, and say, got
Gotcha,
It's
bitch.
content. Right.
I hate
content.
it. I hate it.
Yeah.
Anyways, let's get into, before we wrap up, our Am I Ignorant segment. We got a question.
Let's
go.
do it. I swear I didn't write this one. So let's get it here. It says, oops, hold on, let's go down.
Was it
Was
ignorant to tell my aunt her political posts
Yeah,
make
good.
her look uneducated?
Oh.
Was it ignorant? Yeah. Was it ignorant to tell my aunt her political posts make her look uneducated? So here it goes. My aunt posts a lot of political memes on Facebook, stuff that's clearly not accurate, but she shares them with captions like "Wake up, sheeple."
Oh,
Last
man.
week, one of her
Hardcore
posts
Republican.
went viral in the family group chat because it claimed a politician had died and they hadn't. I commented publicly, not privately, under her post and said, "Auntie, please fact check before spreading stuff like this. It makes you look uneducated." She deleted the post, then called me hollering, saying I embarrassed her in front of her church and coworkers who follow her. My cousins say that I'm elitist because my aunt didn't finish high school and, quote, doesn't know better. Now the family says, I'm the one dividing people. So here's the question. Was I ignorant for calling it out publicly, or is everyone else ignorant for ignoring the real issue?
Okay, here's the thing. Not sure how old your auntie is. Bitch, let them be great over there on the Facebook with the AI. Let them, bro. They believe everything they see.
Everything.
You gotta
All
let
of
these old people enjoy believing
It's
like
dangerous.
this shit. It is dangerous, but cool. I ain't gonna hold you. I saw this one Sora video, like, and I didn't realize it was AI till I went into the comments. And mind you, I'm heavily on the internet. I'm getting got by AI. Okay, so to me, mind you, we kill off people on the internet and all the time.
Yeah.
And so for me, I think that actually you weren't ignorant for calling it out publicly, but you're just not fun. Like, let the old people enjoy their memes, their AI,
news.
their fake news. Like, people right now are having a blast with seeing these things that they think are real. They can't believe it.
Wake up, sheeple.
Wake up, sheeple. But also, it's happening to us too. Like, boy, does NBA Centel get me a lot.
Oh yes,
You know what I mean?
man. They got some good ones.
Baby, they be having
yeah.
some good ones. But now they acting like the Simpsons almost.
I know.
Baby, they're
Yeah,
like predicting what's happening
shit's-
with,
yeah.
with the shit happening. To me, if it's memes, and specifically this one, it was a politician who died and they hadn't. We are in a space where a lot of us are uninformed online, and we hit that retweet button real quick.
Mm-hmm.
If we all
Gotta check
had
yourself.
to research everything before we liked or commented or retweeted, it would take an element
It'd be a
of
part-time
fun.
job.
It would. And so I don't think it's ignorant for your aunt to just share it. And I do think that you're ignorant into where we're at on the internet right now with Sora, with ChatGPT, with AI. Grok, I don't think Grok is over there on
Instagram.
on Facebook.
Oh,
yet.
Facebook. Okay.
We know that Grok,
I'm surprised. 'cause
Shoot.
that's surprising.
Grok is
you know,
Next.
so
Crazy.
and for y'all,
Grok be
for
twisted.
y'all don't know Grok is my side nigga. So ChatGPT is my husband. Grok is my side nigga. Grok is the AI feature that automatically will let you know if something is uninformed, not right. Will give you a real link, and then if you are unaware of what is happening from a tweet, you can literally at Grok, hey Grok, explain to me what's going on, and Grok will give you a breakdown of what's happening in the thread.
Backstory the whole night.
Most of the time.
I don't know if most of the time, and he be wrong sometimes, but I just don't know if Facebook has that feature. I don't know if people of a certain age know that feature exists.
Oh my god.
And so to me, where we're at, let the old folks have they fun with the AI stuff. You look like you
That's a
don't
good way
agree.
to look at it.
You look like you don't
better-
agree.
You better than me. Listen, Auntie, I hate to break it to you. You were embarrassed before the person said that. Before your
No, this isn't the auntie writing.
No, I'm talking about the auntie is the one that's
auntie
embarrassed.
was embarrassed
What I'm
because
saying
she
is
ain't go
that
to high school.
what I'm saying is, I'm saying that to say is that you said this in a public forum amongst other people. Trust and believe, you ain't the only your niece ain't the only person that thought you was ignorant and uninformed
Ooh.
when you posted that in that group.
Ooh.
Somebody else that saw the dumb shit looked at it and said, "This is some dumb shit. Why is she always posting this dumb shit?" We all have a group chat that we know somebody is posting something. It's like you're gonna post the dumb shit. So somebody in that group was already looking at you crazy.
We also-
They didn't
the
look.
niece was
the niece-
super
but
sensitive.
not
Like,
only
yo, boom, got her.
But we also
Right.
got to look at we as human beings, how we project. So the comment that went on there was, Auntie, please fact check before spreading stuff like this. It makes you look uneducated. The fact that the other cousin was like, you know she didn't finish high school, you must think you're better than her. The aunt responding the way she did probably is because she feels a bit uneducated as someone who didn't complete high school. Therefore, that word uneducated is what pissed her off.
It was a trigger there.
It was a trigger to her because she possibly actually feels like she's uneducated as someone who didn't
Wouldn't
complete high
post
school.
memes about sheep or about goats or about some shit that don't have no consequence. If you dumb
Or
and
she
you don't
could
know
ask her
shit,
niece, hey, what is
or
this
ask
person?
your niece.
is this
Amanda
person-
Seals just got finished telling us last episode, have somebody around you
That's smarter than
who,
you.
who knows something, who can put you in the right direction.
Good
If you want
point.
to talk about frivolous
Damn, grandma
bullshit,
needs somebody around her too.
yeah,
Grandma needs, auntie needs an entourage.
Well, she got a
Auntie,
niece.
auntie
If
20
And
if you want 100
advisors.
people.
If you want to talk about some frivolous shit that don't matter, you want to argue about basketball or sneakers or Kendrick
don't
and
act
Drake.
don't act like
or
basketball don't matter. We're
what-
trying to get a prize fix deal.
Well,
It
right.
matters.
It matters. All the ballers matter. But I'm saying, like, if you want to argue on the internet about some old, like, whatever shit that doesn't mean nothing about nothing, then go ahead and you can be, quote unquote, uneducated or ignorant, and that shit really don't matter.
To be fair, it was allegedly a politician that had died. I will say nothing is stupid about questioning anything regarding politics.
No, question
Because
everything.
question everything.
Right.
Question
everything.
all of it. But I think there's a difference between a question and just spreading something that you think
Spreading false.
something false
yeah.
just because you saw it and you jumped on it and you thought that this was the thing. Like, we all gotten got by
I be getting
AI
got.
or various things. So I don't think it's a matter of like, don't get got. We're all gonna get got at some point.
And y'all be quick to let me know when I got. Like, damn, bitch, that's AI. They be tweeting me like, girl, that ain't even real. Girl, do your research. I don't
Bro,
know.
I
bitch.
saw a video yesterday of what was supposed to be behind the scenes of a National Geographic animal documentary, and it was literally a tiger and a deer standing there in front of the camera while the director and production people are behind it, and the director says action, and the tiger runs and grabs the deer and they run off screen and say cut, and the tiger puts the deer down and comes back and they reset and they do the shot again. This time do this, and he's giving the tiger
Wait,
direction.
And you thought it was real?
No, hell no.
Oh,
But
okay.
it looks real as fuck.
Yeah.
The tiger's just sitting there waiting for the deer, and he picks the deer up with his mouth and runs off screen, and it looks real as hell. I
That's
know
funny.
it's fake, but I'm sure somebody got
The
Can you
auntie
start-
got.
Who was
The
like,
aunties
the
got
auntie
got.
got was, oh, you see,
Auntie
these,
got got.
Took the
these
deer.
documentaries are fake. These ain't even real
I
animals.
mean,
they
I
using in
talked
these
about this
things.
in terms
Like,
of Hurricane Melissa when it went through Jamaica.
Yeah.
Bro, I saw more AI videos of
No.
sharks in the pool
That was
than
dangerous.
anything else. I was
yeah.
like, damn, nigga, where the real videos at? It was a lot of
Right.
AI. Yeah, I don't think. I think your ignorance wasn't about calling her out publicly, but it was you ignorant. Let the old people be old.
Let them have their fun.
Let them have their fun. Anyways, guys, next week you are in for a treat. We are doing our year-end wrap-up.
Round and round we go.
Period.
Round and round we go.
Let me hear you say scrub the ground. Hey,
Scrub the
ground.
ground.
Y'all will get to hear from from myself and a few of my friends that I'm bringing along. Really excited. Those are surprises. But make sure you check that out next week. Again, if you haven't yet, make sure you get my book, No Holds Barred, A Dual Manifesto of Sexual Exploration and Power,
Pick it
available wherever you get books. And, follow me everywhere. I'm really excited, too, about what we got coming for y'all with Selective Ignorance at the top of Q1. Ja, let the people know where they can follow you, where they can,
You
do
can
all the
find
things.
me on the interwebs at on Twitter on Hip Hop Obama, on Instagram Mr. Hip Hop Obama, and I'm getting ready to get my Substack popping. I'm gonna do some more writing for myself. So I'm gonna
Oh,
start
I know
doing
that's
some
right.
of
Come
that.
on, bring back
Let's
newsletters.
get it. Let's get it.
Yeah.
Bring it back,
So I'm
bring
gonna
it
get
back.
Some of that.
Read a book now.
Anyways, guys, thank y'all. This has been another episode of Selective Ignorance, where curiosity lives, controversy thrives, and conversations matter. See y'all pussa holes next week. Bye.